Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to IRC, and we are here in the land of the rising sun. No, wait, that's Japan. We are here in China for round 4 of what is turning out to be an absolutely fantastic season so far. I'm really enjoying this one, and this is going to be a cracker of a race. I have no doubt about that as well. Then, yeah, so you can see we've got some action shots around the circuit as well. It's a cracking little course. It's all big course, isn't it? And it's been on the calendar since 2004. It's been we've had some incredible races over the years as well, haven't we, in China? Of course, remember 2005, I think it was, wasn't it, where I think of Michael Schumacher and Patrick Frieshacker decided to come together on the way to the grid there. That was very interesting, wasn't it? I got to say, I wasn't expecting that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we also had that incredible race in 2006 where it was a wet dry race, wasn't it, really? And then, of course, that infamous race, which I try not to speak about, and every time I'm here I always remind myself about the bad memories. Of course, Lewis Hamilton getting beached in that mini gravel trap, which yeah, really could tell his championship, really, I feel. Breaks me to every time I say that. But there you go. Fortunately, that's a thing of the past, and we can't change that, can we? 2008 was a good race as well, but I think 2009 was a first of many, wasn't it? As it was Red Bull's first ever race win, wasn't it? Brilliant race as well, wasn't it? Goodness me, it was a proper wet race as well, wasn't it? But Vettel getting his second race win of his Formula 1 career, wasn't it? Of course, he won his first race, didn't he, in a wet dry a damp race in Italy, and then he won his second race in absolutely torrential conditions, wasn't it? I think it's a full wet tires all the way till the very end, wasn't it? Goodness me, great race indeed. And of course that was Red Bull's first race win, wasn't it, back in 2009? They even got a 1-2 as well, with Mark Webber achieving a fantastic second position, so well done to Mark Webber. Lovely stuff indeed. Then right then, it's we are now in the session as well, and this is qualifying one. There is 3 qualifying sessions around this around here as normal, but of course anyone who is new joining us here tonight will be interested to hear about the rules and all that kind of stuff. Of course, we've got 3 qualifying sessions: qualifying 1, 2 and 3. 18 minutes for the first section, 15 minutes for the second, and 12 minutes for the third. Lovely stuff, isn't it? And of course, in qualifying 2, you must start on the if you get into the top 10, you must start on the tires which you set your fastest time on, of course. Then, as we are now getting ready for it then. I know this is going to be a cracking race, it really is then. Right then, so let me get up the old standings, and then we'll get going properly, shall we? Also, as we got Sprint saying, evening Sean, good evening Sprint, hope you're having a lovely day today. And also good evening to Gareth as well, as hello, hope you're having a great day as well. As Physius just said, it was Christian Albers. Oh my goodness me, it was one of the Millards, wasn't it? Yeah, apologies, it was Christian Albers. It was a really weird that one wasn't it? Goodness me, really very odd one indeed, wasn't it? And then of course we have also got Ross saying, mind the language, mate. Oh gosh, I apologise if I made any any bad language there at all, which I don't think I have, but goodness me, I do get too excited, don't I? We got Frank saying, evening Sean, good evening Frank, hope you're well as well. And also Physius said, put rain potential at the end of this race as well. Oh, lovely stuff indeed. T Sammy also in the comments there as well. Right then, so yeah, hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day today. And of course then we are getting ready for the qualifying session itself then. So in this first qualifying session we are aiming to lose 4 drivers then, and that is to and we are going to be lining up the grid from 16th to 19th in this first session. And look at this, we double has this very own 97 number as well here tonight. Brilliant stuff indeed, and that is what I like to see. Of course, I do enjoy the personal numbers, because it just makes it a bit more personal, doesn't it? Really, doesn't it? Him Carl making a return appearance after missing last time out in France there. I got to say, if there's any race that you would like to miss, it probably is France, isn't it? It might be a bit unfair on France, really, wouldn't it? But that's just, I'm not a big fan of France, but I got to say, the race last week was brilliant, wasn't it? And it was very much on there. It's very much going to be on the highlight reel, isn't it, for the end of the season? Sorry. Oh, goodness me, we've got a car. It's Penny in the wall. Oh, goodness gracious me. And that is not good at all, is it, for Penny? He is out of qualifying. We've lost one car already. Oh, goodness me. That is not very good at all, is it? And so Penny's going to be absolutely distraught, isn't he? On board with Sprint at the moment. Lovely over-the-shoulder shot from Sprint. In the Drivers' Championship, Max has got a 17-point lead advantage already. Brilliant stuff indeed there from Maxi. Second position is Stio, who's moved himself from third to second. Lovely stuff. T-Sammy, who as a double has gone faster. He's done a 32. Lovely stuff indeed there. We got Brown, who's just come over the line as well. He's done a 32.3. In third position, we have T-Sammy, the former champion. Matt in fourth position, joined with his teammate Sprint. We're on board with him now, who's just gone fast. Lovely stuff there for Sprint. We have got Roscoe moved up upper position, and Timmy has moved up 3 positions after last week, the big mover. Harry maintains his spot, as does Hog as well. Fizzy dropping down a couple of positions. Remember, he used a wheel for the first time in a league race situation last week, and unfortunately he was disqualified very harshly as well, wasn't he, by parking in the pit exit, pit entrance there. Of course, if you do park in the pit entrance there, of course you're gonna get disqualified anyway. But Fizzy was literally there for a couple of seconds before he was told to sling his hook. Goodness me. So unfortunately that for Fizzy, then he has dropped down 4 positions as well. Penny in 11th on 6 points. Asdog having an appalling start to his campaign on 2 points, and PB getting the final point as well. In the constructors, Ferrari lead by 16 points from Haas, who have moved up 1, as has AlphaTauri as well, also moving up position. Alfa Romeo has dropped down 2 positions. McLaren are stationary in 5th position. Oh, lovely stuff indeed there. Red Bull is 6th, and they've gone up a position. Mercedes have dropped down to 7th. Renault 8th, Racing Point 9th, and Williams are in 10th position. And that is the grid so far then. Valentine, who made his debut in France last week, is back in action again. This time he is racing in the Red Bull, and he is in place for Snap here, as unfortunately Snap is unable to race, unfortunately. And Snap hasn't got any points on the board either just yet. Rizzle Sticks then. Oh gosh, sorry, I've had too much pop. I got to say, I'm full of hot air. I'm normally full of hot air anyway, but goodness me, today I'm absolutely I got to say, I'm going to explode, ain't I? And here comes Rizzle Sticks, comes over the line now. He's done a 33.8 so far, and we have just had one of the McLarens of Timmy going fast as well. Lovely stuff indeed there for Timmy. Matt is on track, then we're on the board with over the shoulder with Matt. Lovely stuff indeed then as he comes down the back straight as well. Look, we got a bit of heat haze there on the tarmac as well. Love it. And he comes into turn 14 as well. Of course, this is a 16 turn course there, even though he's just gone through 15, which is not really a corner, is it? Into 16 as well. You have to be careful. Those track limits could definitely cause you some problems there. Matt goes across the line. He's done a 34 there. I expect more from Matt in the later stages, so I think he's just getting his eye in as well then. T-Salmon in the world champion. We're on board now with the famous lime green helmet there from the champion, and he has had 10 race wins in his career. Brilliant stuff indeed there from T-Sammy, and really starting to well, can he see what he can do this season? Let's see what he can do then for the remainder of the season as well. He's now coming into turn 6 as well. I've just had an email actually, and I'm trying to get rid of it. There we go. So I'm not interested in any emails at all at this moment in time, because all you should be interested in is IRC, and we're in season 8 now as well. So yeah, we're in China then as well. And a lovely shot here from T7. Yeah, last time out it was an incredible race, wasn't it? We had a bit of rain, didn't we? Of course we would in Europe, especially the early stages of the calendar. Of course, France round 3, which I think correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, but it might be the earliest time we've ever had France a French Grand Prix in a season, round 3. But usually it's in the summer, isn't it? And that's usually where we get spicy hot temperatures. Albeit we've also had some incredible races in the wet in France. So one of my personal favourites is the 1999 French Grand Prix. Frentzen winning for the Jordan, wasn't it? I think that was Jordan's second ever race win, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then. And of course also 97 as well, where there was a bit of a thundery end to the French Grand Prix as well, and I'm sure a lot of you have had a lot of thundery days as well, haven't you, over the past couple of days? Goodness me, it's been a bit of a stormy session, hasn't it? And let's see how stormy this session will be. Well, T-Savvy goes that second fast about, lovely 70. Maxi is on the back straight. Here comes Steve. He is fastest, and of course we've had 3 different pole sitters this season, haven't we, so far? Are we expecting more of the same? Well, I definitely am. And who is going to get that 4th pole position? Is we going to have a first time double pole sitter this season? then. Well, let's see what Roscoe can do as well, as he's in the Red Bull car. 48 Roscoe is, and he's got 25 points so far. He's at a 5th position and a 3rd so far. Lovely shot from the Red Bull as well, and as he accelerates out of turn 3. The first couple of corners is never ending. It's long, isn't it, really, going down there? I think that as he's now dropping down into turn 6 as well, and Roscoe there sporting the beautiful 1950 helmet there. Of course, when Formula 1 was born way back in 1950, wasn't it? And I've got to say, the 70th Grand Prix, a great celebration, wasn't it? And I've got to say, one of my personal favourites was just to hear Murray Walker's views, really, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed. I love that. Of course, I think one of the main reasons why I love Formula 1 was just because of Murray Walker himself, really. He's absolutely a fantastic commentator, isn't he? Really, I think him and Martin Brundle was the best commentary pairing that you will ever hear. I'm surprised the amount of times that Martin Brundle got interrupted by Murray Walker, goodness me. Yeah, it was still brilliant to watch, wasn't it? And I think the 97 to 2001 was when those guys were commentating together. I think it was probably one of the best TV duo in the history of TV, I believe. That's a big old statement to make. It's probably it's a lot of you probably have different views there, but that's my view anyway. And yeah, it was a good old joy to watch us there between Formula 1 97 and to 2001 as well. I think Martin Brundle even did a bit of commentary, didn't he, in the 95 season as well. As Roscoe goes fast, I said, lovely stuff indeed there for Roscoe. Here comes Fizzy. I'm wondering, as he's got my car number there, lovely stuff indeed. Car 21 there, Fizzy is. I think the last man to drive with car 21 was actually Esteban Gutierrez, I think it was 2016, I believe, in the Haas before they took on Kevin Magnussen as well. Lovely shoulder shot here with the black Mercedes. His teammate him, Carl's in the mid pack at the moment. He's 9th fastest. So we've got 7 minutes to go. We're halfway through the first part of qualifying. Remember, this is only lining up the grid 16th to 19th. And unfortunately, Penny has is going to be starting right at the back of the field. Unfortunately for Penny, as he has had a trip out of turn 4 and 3 and 4 there. So that's not really a good start. Oh, Fizzy going slightly wide there, but DRS right on the money. There's 2 DRS zones around here, and Fizzy goes at 7th fast. It'd be interesting to see if Fizzy's on the steering wheel, or the controller, or the pad. I should be saying pad, shouldn't I? Because I should be a professional. But I am far from that. Here comes Harry. Harry has done a couple of laps on those soft tires. He's done 3 laps then, as he's on board there. You see that gravel trap that Hamilton found himself beached in all those years ago in 2007. It's gone now, isn't it? Really. So I wish it was gone that year as well. Oh gosh, so I'm getting very emotional about that, because as unfortunately Rizzlestick's invalidated his time. Is he going? Well, no, I don't think he invalidated on the final corner, so he's carrying on. Then here is car 15. Rizzlestick's out wearing the Schumacher helmet as well. Lovely stuff indeed there from Rizzlestick. Talking to Schumacher, I don't think Schumacher had the best of time around here, did he? Albeit 2012 was a good year for Schumacher, wasn't it? Well, in terms of pace, it was. Unfortunately his wheel came off, didn't it, after the pit stop? What a shame there for Schumacher. He had a very unlucky start in 2012 for the Mercedes team, didn't he? Just watching then at Rizzlestick, and he's going for his second attempted run now. It's Valentine, JJ and Rizzlestick are, oh my goodness me, Rizzlestick I thought was going to the scene of the accident there. Oh blimey, that was very perilous indeed. Going back then, the guys that are facing expulsion at the moment, then out of the qualifying session. I've said a big word there, I don't know what it means. Who is going to get eliminated from qualifying as it stands? If qualifying's flag dropped now, is Valentine, JJ and Rizzlestick. Double is currently in the coveted 15th spot at the moment now. He's 600 of a second. That is a whisker, isn't it? That is quicker than the blink of your eye. That is what separates Double and Valentine at the moment now. Rizzlestick getting out the way then of the Williams of JJ. JJ is down the back straight one in the Williams. Unfortunately, the Williams are the only team not to score so far in IRC, and also unfortunately Williams were the team that were finished last. JJ's gone off the track there. Williams unfortunately also finished last in the last season as well. As you can see, lovely shot here, goodness me, they're clipping the curb then for JJ. He comes over the final part of the corners of the course now. He improves by 2/10 of a second. He's still in the 33s. That's still not enough at the moment, is it? Valentina is also, he's 4/10 of a second down, Valentina, so he's gonna have to go around again then. What about Matt? He's 800 of a second down at this first stage then. Marcus Hoyle gets to be missing out. Go Steve! Yes indeed then. And yes, of course Steve then at the moment he is So first fastest, goodness me, I couldn't even see him there, gosh. Of course, I'd say that there's an argument to be had there. Steve's probably the most improved driver, isn't he, at this moment in time, in terms of, especially over the time I've commentated on IRC, and oh goodness me, Matt is going around, and oh gosh, so he's going to have to recover on the AlphaTauri, and he has done beautifully done there from Matt, but unfortunately that's another lap gone there. Is he in the, is that JJ is having an excursion across the course as well. That is showing us that the track is very green out there at the moment. I don't mean green as in the colour of the grass, I mean at the grip levels. It is very low, isn't it? So the track is just going to get quicker and quicker. So I'm wondering if it's very dusty out there as well as he comes through the long turn 13, the banks turn 13. Webber almost went over, went head over heels, didn't he? Where he kept his foot in. I think that was 2012 as well. Mark Webber had a cracking race that season as well. I'm sure you didn't he start 18th or something like that and finish third? It's a brilliant drive from Mark Webber, wasn't it? Or was that? It might have been 2011 actually. I'm not sure. I'm getting my years mixed up. I've had earache all day, so when I'm not at 100% now, I get all muddled up, and earache is, oh my goodness me, it's so painful. Gosh, yeah. But anyway, no one wants to hear about my trials and tribulations here from my day to day. You want to hear about these Formula One cars? And here's Double. I gotta say, difficult start to the season for Double, isn't it? Very unusual to see him only finishing one race in the first three so far. Double is a point scoring machine, is a race finishing machine, isn't he? Goodness me, he would have definitely, if him and Hypefat was sharing the same grid, them two would have been very much in the runners for the most finishes in the season. Hypefat used to get the car to the end more often than not as well, and Double is usually a man who is more often than not a safe pair of hands at the moment there. He's having a few little gremlins then to start off the season as well. Marcus Smith said, has just asked, Matt, can I join please? And of course, I think the Matt's probably racing at the moment there, but yeah, drop but it depends. We might have a small window of opportunity in between qualifying 2 and 3. But of course, if anyone joins now, unfortunately though, that will not be able to take part. And goodness me, Double, whilst I was waffling away there, and I do love a good old waffle, Double is moving himself up into 12th. Lovely stuff indeed there from Double. Matt down in 13th position mode there. He needs a clean lap here, doesn't he? Rizzle Sticks is also on a lap as well. 5 plays grid penalty. Oh goodness me, the man who's fast at the moment has got a 5 plays grid penalty for illegal blocking, and it's sprint behind. Oh goodness me, I haven't seen it. I didn't really see I only seen the end of it there, but goodness gracious me, that's not good at all for the Haas driver, and Steve is going to be livid, isn't he, as the sprint is not even on the lap there. Oh goodness me, so that's even a double whammy, isn't it, for Steve, who is second in the World Championship at the moment. Oh gosh, there. And that is not really what that was not in the script, was it? As Brown and Woody has also started the laps as well. Great to see Woody in the car finally, isn't it? Woody hasn't started a race so far this season, so it's great to see him in the car and in action as well. And I feel that Woody is definitely a very good driver, actually, isn't he? And I think sometimes he doesn't always get rub of the green, does he, Woody? At the moment there, he is facing the perils of the drop zone, isn't he? He doesn't want to be doing that for too much longer. He's got 3 tenths of a second advantage over Valentini at the moment, who is I missed that unfortunately. It was I think it was a couple of tenths up, wasn't he? Matt is still a tenth down. He's really struggling at the moment, isn't he? Matt is on pace. Harry hasn't improved either. Goodness me, I wonder if the track is past his best here, because all of a sudden something is going on out there which is really causing the track there not to be at the optimal grip, is it? And Woody is at 4 tenths down, and Brown is a second up in the second sector as well. I think that we're going to keep an eye. Well, let's keep an eye on what Brown does first, and he is 14 fast at the moment. He is safe, but that bar is going to be up, is going to be going up, going to be going down, isn't it? Well, it's going to be going down more, isn't it, really? It's, of course, the quicker the drivers get, then the lower the bar is going to go. At the moment, the bar is at 32.7 set by Valentina, of course, making it his second appearance in IRC after making his debut last time out in France, and it was a very difficult race, and Valentin got a point as well on his debut. So hats off there from Valentin, a brilliant debut as well. Indeed, I think that he should be over the moon with some points. Brown there has improved dramatically by 1.1 seconds. What about Valentin, who is in the drop zone, coming out of the final turn as well? Is he improving? I think he has improved incredibly well. It's nicely done there for Valentin. We've got 10 seconds to go. Carl is going to be very is going to be Paris. Matt is going to be, oh my goodness me, he is going to be sweating a bucket load because he's in the pits. And there is 2/10 of a second between himself and Woody. Woody is a 10th of a second down the first sector. That's not a good start to the lap at all, is it? As he accelerates out then at turn 6. Well, lovely over the shoulder shot from Woody. As I said, this is Woody's first appearance in this season for the Racing Point driver, so is he going to be a bit rusty there on the old racecraft, well, the old qualifying craft anyway. And that is it. The flag has dropped then. What can Woody do then? His target time is a 32.2 at the moment there. Matt is in trouble here, isn't he? If Woody improves that, he cannot improve the road. He's at his limit there. He's 1700s down then. Let's see what he can do in the final part of the lap then. We've got a 1.2 kilometres straight, haven't we? And there it is as he comes out of the banking now of turn 13, almost over the curb edge. And he is now down the back straight. So 3 quarters to go. Well, 2 technically, isn't it? And he is having a long drag right down into turn 40 as well. Where does he break? Goodness me, just exactly on the 100-meter board there from the Racing Point. Oh, he's off the track, and he's in the wall there. And oh, such a shame there for Woody. He wasn't improving his time then, but of course it does depend there on all 3 sectors. Unfortunately for Woody, that is he is done out of qualifying on his first appearance in Formula 1 2020. He is out of qualifying, so that's a shame for Woody. But luckily, the points are handed out in the race, which will be coming up in about half an hour's time. So do not go anywhere, Woody fans. It is going to be it's going to be fascinating indeed, isn't it? Harry 17 seconds down, and Valentin now looking very strong again. Of course, I think he looked strong last week doing qualifying, didn't he? A race trim. It got very heated in the midfield, didn't it? Into the pits comes Valentin as well. Sprinter said that Steve's penalty is a joke. I was behind him, but on an outlap as well. Yeah, I've seen that happen before actually in a different place there, a different league I think it was. But yeah, I've got to say that is very harsh indeed. Him is also through into qualifying too as well. But yeah, that's a shame there, isn't it, for Steve? And wherever he's got. So what does that mean then for Steve's qualifying performance then? So if he gets on pole position, he will be dropping down to 6 on the grid then. So wherever he starts, you just -5, and he'll be down into 6th position then. So of course, and all the guys behind him, so the likes of Maxi, Roscoe, Timmy, and T-Sammy and Asdog will all move up a position if that was the grid for qualifying 3, which I don't think will be the grid for qualifying 3, because I think that there's a lot more twists and turns, not only on the circuit, but also in the story of this qualifying session. So don't go anywhere, folks. We have got a lot of action still to come. Well, at the moment, we are watching Hinkar there, and of course a beautiful black and red helmet there as well. And lovely stuff. Goes with the tires and the Mercedes quite nicely, doesn't it? And we're just waiting for the qualifying time to end. And as you can see, the time is ticking down. And then we'll just quickly confirm who is unfortunately out of qualifying. We've also got Kevin Magnussen. It looked like he decided that he was interested in taking a race start here in IRC. We might even see, which I was quite surprised by. I wonder if Kevin Magnussen's in the session. I hope not. AI usually calls not very good drivers, are they? Apparently artificial intelligence or that, I'm not too sure. Anyway, out of qualifying is Penny. He had no time. He crashed at the exit of turn 4, unfortunately. Rizzle Sticks out of qualifying, JJ out of qualifying, and Woody also out of qualifying as well. Matt is breathing a huge sigh of relief, as he was 2/10 of a second away from facing the walk of shame. Steve there has also got a 5-place grid penalty as well. That is the story of qualifying 1 so far. That's a huge blow for one of the championship protagonists, isn't it? Steve, goodness me, and he's not going to be too impressed about that, is he? So I'd be very unhappy if I was Steve. Right, we're going to go into qualifying 2 in just a few moments' time, man. Welcome back, everyone, after that brief breather. Oh gosh, I gotta say, I do struggle to commentate in this hot weather, albeit it's quite gloomy outside on my window at the moment, so I gotta say, and it's also a bit overcast on the track as well, but it's still quite mild here, goodness me. Gotta say, I was cooking like bacon the other day. Goodness gracious me, they would have had to scrape me off the tarmac. But enough about that. Let's get back on with the qualifying session, shall we? We've got 14 minutes to go in this qualifying session. So this part 2 of qualifying is about who is going to get into qualifying 3. That means that if you get in the top 10, then you are into qualifying 3. But of course, if you get into the top 10 on whatever tyres that you set your fastest time on, you will have to start on those tyres as well. Of course, that is the catch. That is the catch for the guys that get into the top 10, of course. And look at that, very gloomy indeed. Remember, we heard Fizzy say in the comments already about the about potential wet weather, and yeah, that's going to be very interesting indeed then, isn't it? I haven't heard if Steve's on the wheel or not, to be honest, so I'm really interested to find out indeed then. As he struggled in front. Well, I don't think, to be honest, in terms of his performance, Steve did struggle from compared to where he was a week or two ago, or a week or two before, but I thought he did a magnificent job, because it's a completely different change from a controller to a wheel, isn't it? So I thought he did a fantastic job, and he was just a bit unlucky about the way its race ended. We're on board Timmy at the moment then. I think this man has only ever had one pole position to its name, I think, which was back in Montreal of season 6, I think, when he was driving the Mercedes. And now then, as he is on an outlap at the moment then, there's a Renault behind him, and that is Hogg, who is very much on it, isn't he? And of course, I also need to mention a very big happy birthday to Hogg as well then, and I hope he's enjoyed his day. And what a way to spend it by of course driving in IRC as well. And I've got to say, Hogg has been fantastic so far. He's got 12 points for the Renault team and for himself, but he's been one of the drivers that has really stepped up his game, and he's fantastic. He did a good job in Ferrari last year. He did an amazing job last season, actually. But I feel that this season he feels much more comfortable inside the car, doesn't he? And we go on board with him. He looks much more smoother. Oh goodness me! That is a quarter cut and a half there from Hogg. But never mind. We go then, and we're about to start up as well. In the background, that was I think Valentin, who's just started his lap as well. And as he goes through turn 1 and 2, then turn 1 is basically an entry point into turn 2, where it just tightens and tightens and tightens, doesn't it? And it's a very frustrating corner. I got to say, it's not the easiest, the first corner. It's the start of Grand Prix, is it? And Hogg then, as you can see, I love that shot, by the way. I got to say, you just see underneath the car, and then you see a bit of heat haze as well. It's a beautiful shot, really is it? Ferrari of Maxi is just cruising at the back straight at the moment. Don't worry about that, Maxi fans. He is just trying to get his tyres into optimal temperature, and also just making sure that the car is also in a reasonable good nick as well. So then we're coming through the middle sector as well. Then we've already done 4 minutes in this session. Goodness me, it's so quick, isn't it? Sorry. Oh gosh, I've also misplaced my water as well, so that's not good. Anyway, we're on board then with Hogg. Dennis, he is now coming through turn 13 as well, the banked turn 13. I think we had Carter Kane on a big old smash there in 2005, didn't we? It was a smash and half from Jordan. That was the last season that Jordan were called Jordan before they turned into the was it the Midlands? I think it was Midland first, wasn't it? Then it went to Spiker, then it went to Racing Point, didn't it? I think that was it anyway. Yeah, I quite like the Midland car. She was a nice, I think it was black and red, wasn't it? And then Spiker was more the orange colour, wasn't it? I quite like the Spiker as well, actually. I do like brightly coloured cars, and but I think the Jordan is definitely one of my favourite cars that have been designed. The 99 was absolutely beautiful. Hogg is on the medium tyres. He's gone second fast. No, he hasn't. He's gone third fastest. Valentin second, and Timmy on first position at the moment then. But that's quickly eclipsed there by Asdog. And then we've got Fizzy in fourth position as well on the soft tyres. So 32.4, 32.7 there for Timmy and Asdog. Look at those clouds up at the top there. Goodness me, it's getting very dull up there, isn't it? Oh gosh. They're good after really, if rain is coming, they need to get out there quite quickly. Fizzy did say it was raining for the race, but not for qualifying. Roscoe not messing about, straight on the soft tyre straight away, and he's done a 30 so far then. So Roscoe is staying on the soft compound tyres then for the Red Bull. Lovely stuff indeed there. Max has gone second and a 10th second in front of Steve, who seems to be his challenger in qualifying at the moment. I love this, because qualifying is Maxi and Steve. The race is T, Sammy and Maxi, but I gotta say, Steve is never too far back, is it? Those three have just been a league of one so far, haven't they, this season? But the beauty of Brown has gone into into second faster. Lovely stuff there for Brown in the Williams, and can he get some points on the board for the Williams car? Harry coming through the final turn. No, yet he's in the pits there, and he has had enough of that, hasn't he? Here comes Double. Double is through to qualifying for 2 then. Lovely stuff from Double then. Let's see if he can have a strong result this event then. He goes 5th fastest, and that is a good red lap indeed then. Well, Roscoe there is just cruising there at the moment, and that's T. Sammy, I think, just flashing by. We're on board with T. Sammy. Is he going for a second lap here? Remember, if you get into the top 10, you must start on the tyres, which you set your fastest time on. And I think that was Hogg who set a better time, but he's still on the cusp at the moment. He is the last man in the 32s, but and he's 5/10 of a second in front of him car, who's a 10th of a second down, and that is when the Alfa Romeo's right off the course in the background. And is him car going to abandon this up? Indeed he has it, and he has come back into the pits now and it's slowing the car down. Matt is also on track as well. Matt seems to be struggling at this stage of the event, isn't he? Let's see what he can pull out the bag then in this qualifying 2 session then. So as it stands at the moment then, him car is in the 33s. Anyone who's in the 33s is going to be out of this qualifying session. You need to do at least a 32.7. That is the cut-off point at the moment, and that cut-off point is going to evolve as the track evolves as well. So yeah, so these, and I feel that the 32.7, the benchmark is going to be a lot lower than that. Anyone who is in the 32.7s is going to have to come back out, I feel. 32.4, oh, I think Asdog might be a bit nervous about that as well. Yellow flag as one of the Renaults there is just also coming back to the pits then after just going into limpo mode then. So we're on board Matt then. He is just preparing the car. There he is, you can see as he is adjusting the settings. These cars are not only fast now, they're also very fast computer machines, aren't they? As you got to do all this adjusting then for the hybrid power unit, and I'm not really called engines anymore. They got 5 different components, and this is where I really struggle, because the technical element of Formula 1 just goes over my head. As well as just give me a fast car, 4 tyres, and brilliant drivers. That's all I want in my Formula 1. And to be honest, there are some very good drivers in this league, isn't there? And we've already touched on several of them already, aren't we? And Matt then coming out of turn 3 and 4 now. You can see it's not looking very promising, but of course, as we've mentioned before, China has a history of having some pretty adventurous weather, doesn't it? I gotta say, I think the last rain race we had was 2009. We had a rain affected race in 2010 as well. Button did a brilliant job that season, didn't he? Button did really controlling the elements. His first 2 wins from McLaren were absolutely stunning, weren't they? In very similar conditions back in Australia 2010 and in China. Oh, and Tour of Rain, goodness me, we've got some on the camera lens now. Matt is on track. Harry is in the pits, and he might be kicking himself, Harry, for not finishing that lap, and now Matt is got to try and navigate himself through this wet weather now. But of course, it is only spitting out there, only spitting. So yeah, it shouldn't affect him too much there. But it might also be about psychologically as well, isn't it? DRS is still available, so we could see some huge tears not only coming out of the sky, but also coming out of some of the drivers' eyes as well. Then is we might see a big shock or two here in this race as well. Then Matt then coming out of turn up 15 then as well, and then comes into 16. Let's see what do. Break this to glow, and then you see we've still got a bit of sun coming from the sky. Then Matt is only 13 fast among there. Fizzy's also down in the drop zone as well. Harry has not come out of the pitch, has he? We've also got Roscoe coming out as well, just to defend his position. I feel Fizzy's starting his lap now. Valentine is also on track. We're on board with Fizzy in the black Mercedes. It's a beautiful car, isn't it? Fizzy ain't gonna be too interested in the design at the moment. All he's interested in is getting through into qualifying 3, isn't he? And look at this, the car, the back end is already trying to overtake the front, isn't it? And how heavy is this rain going to get then with just 6 minutes to go then? It might have robbed us of a fascinating end of qualifying too, perhaps. Intermediate tyres already for Max then. Goodness me. Oh no, he's back on the slick tyres. Yellow flag in front of us has won the Red Bulls there. It's just going away as well, just to watch Matt then in the Alpha Tower. Then we're watching Fizzy as well. So there's that Red Bull in front of us as well. I didn't see who it was then. I think it's Roscoe. It is Roscoe, as Valentine is just further back on the course, on the track there. Look at that then. Fizzy is giving it all kinds of welly there, isn't he? And coming into turn 10 and 11 now as well. This is going to be fascinating stuff, isn't it? Fizzy and Matt there. Goodness me. Harry. 3 men who I wasn't expected to be talking about to be facing elimination in qualifying 2. No, my goodness. goodness me, no siree. And we have the likes of Double right up there and doing a cracking job, and Brown as well. Lovely stuff indeed to see those drivers up there. Lovely over the shoulder shot here with Fizzy as we're coming down the back straight as well then. And in front of us is Matt now. Is Matt still on a competitive lap? Not by the looks there, as of course Fizzy has really gained him and hand over fist, hasn't he? So I don't think so, and he's in the pits. Matt is. That might be the last to see of Matt in this qualifying session as well. DRS right on the money for Fizzy. He goes to land fast as he's out of qualifying at the moment then, and of course he does have time for one more run. Unfortunately, the time it's the enemy now, is it? It's the weather, isn't it? In front of us is a McLaren, and I think that's Timmy, isn't it? Yes, it is, because Harry is still in the pits. Harry is going to be 15th on the grid. Oh goodness me, Steve's retired for the session. Valentine comes through the photo, and he's got it gone off the circuit, and he's lost 5/10 of a second in that lap, in that final sector as well. It's Fizzy's 8/10 of a second down. We have also lost Valentine as well. Goodness gracious me, that is not what I was expecting to be talking about now at this stage of proceedings. And Sprint's also retired from the session as well. On board Valentine, oh goodness me, still giving it all kinds of welling, isn't he? As he wants to see if he can get himself into qualifying free, and at the moment he's a second down. That is it for Valentine as well. And Maxi, interestingly enough, is on the intermediate tire set. He's on the intermediate tire set. And a lot of you might be wondering, why is that the case then? And of course, oh goodness me, Maxi has done a Vettel spin there. Oh gosh. And he is facing the wrong way. And he's just recovering now then. So the reason why Maxi is out on the intermediate tires is because he wants to gain some knowledge for qualifying free. Because potentially this is going to be the tires that he's going to participate on in qualifying free, isn't it? So the more knowledge you gain, the better chance you have of course getting that pole position, which at the moment no one has got 2 pole positions this season. And T Simon got pole position in Australia. Then we had a pole position for and then we had a pole position there for Steve, and then Maxi was on pole position last time out as well. Matt is back out on track as well. He's on the soft tyres then. Let's see what Matt can do then. Is it too little, too late? Well, we're going to find out in just a jiffy as well then. And I was trying to work out who that Red Bull was, but it was Valentine there. So apologies, Valentine. I completely got you mixed up there. I was expecting to see Snap on the board there. So yep, there's. I was getting very confused indeed then. So Matt then can he throw caution to the wind there and have another go? Fizzy's also out of qualifying as well, we feel. Oh goodness me, almost doing a Hamilton. Matt then is not giving up though, is he? But look at how dull it's got there. There's no spray cut off the tyres just yet. So we potentially might have some of these drivers might have a chance there again. Then they just got to keep the tyres up to temperature, don't they? Of course, it's going to be a never-ending spiral, isn't it? The tire, so you get the tyres to lose temperature, then of course then you get no grip, don't you? And you feel like a pedestrian. And Max is retired from the session as well. So really, you got to keep you got to get as quickly as you can, but you need confidence as well. DRS is still enabled then, so there's still class as a dry track according to the FIA. DRS will be disabled once the track is too wet then as well. And I thought that was spray cone. It looks like that. Oh, it's Double's retired from the session then, but that's Double is through into qualifying free. Good stuff indeed there for Double. Can he get some points on the board then? Matt is going to go for it then with 1 minute to go in this session as well. So we've got yellow flags fluttering again under the start finish rate. Of course, Giovinazzi, or was it Giovinazzi, had a big old smash there in 2017 when he was driving for Sauber. He was a super star, wasn't he? And DRS has been disabled. Oh goodness me! So Matt is I got to say that's all but finished Matt's hopes of getting into qualifying free, and might even be the same for him, Carl, as well. Both Mercedes are on the sixth row of the grid, and just take a look at him, cars. He's on an adventure or two, and yeah, Matt's 3 seconds down already on the track. It's just not his peak performance, is it? And unfortunately, then that is it. Then Matt is out of qualifying as well. Then unless he has a superhuman effort, but yeah, the DRS has been disabled, and that is it for then Matt as well. Then, as I was saying, then yeah, of course, Verline had an injury at the Race of Champions, didn't he, in 2017? And it was Giovinazzi there who was a superstar. We did really well in Australia. Unfortunately, China he crashed in the same place twice, I believe, so he didn't really cover himself in glory too much, did he? Unfortunately for Giovinazzi. Lovely shot here from the Mercedes then, and God, that's a cracking shot indeed. And of course, looking back at the rear wing there, rear wing I should say, is him getting very adventurous on that loud pedal, isn't he? Goodness me, there. Almost the back end is almost kicking out as well. And to the back end, oh goodness me, Matt's lost his, and he's in the grass there, and he's not a fan of the energy company either, as he's destroyed that polystyrene there, and unfortunately Matt is out of qualifying as well. And the rain is coming at the worst time, hasn't it? So that's a shame. And of course, anyone who's new join us, welcome. We are in qualifying at the moment there, so as Matt's also destroyed the other polystyrene board, I think it was the DRS, wasn't it? And he's coming back to the pits now then. Of course, on Formula 1 tyres, there is no groove tyres anymore. They used to have groove tyres, didn't they? Between 98 and 2008. Of course, that was to slow the cars down, really, wasn't it? And I gotta say, strike there from Matt then, as he takes out the polystyrene boards then. But yeah, it's the, of course, they had groove tires between 98 and 2008 before slick tires came back in. Slick tires, there's no grooves on these tires, as I've just pinched my finger and it really hurts. Oh gosh, that does hurt. I'm gonna have to get a plaster for that. Oh, paper cut. But yeah, of course, as Matt comes through the final course now, final corner, and finishes his time then. But yeah, no groove tires in Formula 1 these days. Of course, the overtaking group thought it'd be quite easier to have slick tires, wasn't it? And because that's the tires we've been on since as well. The slick tires definitely is much more of a better race tire, isn't it? Because it just looks more like a racing tire, doesn't it? I think they're doing different rims, aren't they? I'm not sure when it's coming in. I thought it's coming in next year. Possibly might be. Formula 2 are doing it this season, isn't it? I gotta say, the wheels look a bit weird, don't they? But that's just me. I'm a traditionalist, as I am then, and of course, and also I was not a fan of the DRS really either back when it came into fruition in 2011. So Matt is just recovering back to the pits then. So into qualifying 3, and these are the tyres they're going to start on. Roscoe on medium tyres. There we go. Brown on soft then. Maxi is also through with Steve and Double through as well. Good stuff from Double. T. Sammy and Astor, both the Alfa Romeo drivers, both through. Lovely stuff then. Timmy in 8th position. Sprint in 9th. And Hog and Tev, both Reynolds, also flying the flag absolutely splendidly well, isn't it, for the yellow team there. Out of qualifying is Fizzy. It's Himcar, Valentine, Matt and Harry, who didn't set a time as he abandoned his first lap there, and I wonder if he's kicking himself now as well then. So that's a shame then, isn't it, for all those 5 then. Unfortunately, I've had to take the walk of shame and are now out of qualifying, and they were a spectator like me then, and that is a big old shame as well. And I'm actually, oh gosh, I've actually drawn blood there as well, so oh goodness me, I'm in a lot of pain there as well. I'm a bit of a wimp, I am. So paper cut. I gotta say, I had a paper cut one year, and one year. My goodness me, I remember this paper cut quite well, because it was just it was absolutely, I was gushing blood. Oh gosh, I almost fainted, I lost so much. So Matt has come through then, as he has just finished his lap once again. Then we've got 30 seconds before the next qualifying session as well. Johnny Cox has said, hi Sean, hello Johnny, hope you're having a fine Wednesday afternoon. And it's not Wednesday, is it? It's Thursday. Goodness me. Of course, IRC is always on a Thursday. Of course, there's also the Friday League as well. But even when I am commentating IRC on a Thursday, I'm still forgetting what day it is. Goodness me. Of course, I am looking forward to tomorrow, of course, because I get some fish and chips. So, and that is usually the highlight of my week. I remember it is also round 6 of Formula 1 as well this weekend as well. We're at the Spanish Grand Prix, aren't we? And we get to see Sergio Perez back in action as well, as he is recovered from his that old virus that is causing the world all kinds of mayhem, isn't it? So he's back in action as well. Unfortunately for that, as much as I love Perez to be back in the car, I did like Hulkenberg, really. I'm a huge fan of the Hulk, and I love the helmet as well. I found it quite ironic as he left the race, because I think he tweeted, didn't he, about him losing the racing point because it was a pink car, didn't he? And then he drove it, didn't he, last weekend? So that was ironic, and the weekend before as well. Anyway, out of qualifying is Harry, Matt, Valentine, Himcar and Fizzy, all out of qualifying. Into qualifying 3 we have Hog, Sprint, Timmy, Asdog, T. Sammy, Double, Steve, Maxi, Brown and Roscoe, all through in the qualifying 3. Lovely stuff indeed there. I'm going to give them all high fives when I'm seeing them. Absolutely splendid stuff indeed then, since we're going into qualifying 3 then. This, if you like fast cars, they ain't going to be as fast what they normally are, because we've got a bit of rain out there, haven't we? Formula 1 cars are don't really like the rain too much, do they? They don't like the old splishing and sploshing, do they? And now we're into Oh my goodness me! Wow, we've got no rain at all. Well, the track is going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit green, isn't it? They're going to have to take it very gingerly out there, a bit like how I live my life there, of course, being ginger and all that. But yeah, so yeah, the rain has disappeared as soon as it arrived, and wow, I am wrong. I'm completely wrong, and that's what I'd like to hear. We are now into qualifying 3, and we have a dry track. Then it's going to be interesting to see if anyone's got any spare tyres. Then, and what do I mean by that? Of course, in qualifying 3, you get an extra set of soft tyres. Of course, that encourages more of the midfield teams that was getting into qualifying 3 and not going out because they've used all their tyres going into this qualifying 3 session. So yep, but this time around they are as Carl has shared my post. Thank you, Carl. There, lovely 70. Then is my phone buzzed and I got scared. I always get scared when my phone buzzes because usually, more often than not, it's something pretty horrific. Whether it's something at BBC or sport, isn't it? But or Chelsea sided someone else, which I got. I'm quite concerned about Chelsea next season. But enough. That's football talk. We should be on about the Formula 1 talk, shouldn't we? And Steven is on his outlap mode. He's got a 5-place grid penalty. Wherever he qualifies, he will be back 5 positions on the grid as well. And just watch and see as well. I'd like to hear your comments and your thoughts, views, and all that kind of jazz. Formula 1 Pacific, or if you want to discuss with me about anything, carry on. I'm my ears are open. Albeit, as you've said before, as I've heard before, my ears have caused me all kinds of jip over the last day or two. Goodness me, yeah, I'm not big of got a bit of earache. It is oh gosh, I am big. I am a big I'm a big old baby when it comes to pain. As got Steve who's on DRS, and he's got a 5-place grid penalty, and I got to say then, let's see where Steve can go. Then I feel that penalty there is very unjust to say the least, isn't it? And now then, Steve coming into the final couple of corners, and we're 16 corns. Corns. I've got to say, I haven't had a bit of corn in ages. I love a bit of sweet corn, but no, this is corners, not corns. We're not firing, we're racing. Now then, Steve is coming over the final corner. Now he starts, and here we go. Then let's go on board with one of the fastest men in IRC, and he throws it into turn 1. Turn 1 is more of an entry point into turn 2. Look how tightens, and the amount of steering lock that Steve puts in there is incredible as well. Then as he accelerates out of 3 and 4, then that is class as 2 turns apparently. Then now coming into the kinky kink of turn 5, break it down just before the 100-meter border. It's just after there for Steve. Goodness me, that's why he's much quicker than me. I'm breaking it 200 meters. I am like, that's how bad I am my braking distance. Then he accelerates out in the sweeping left-hander as well. No sign of braking there, of course. And then he drops down to 5th gear for the second part, and now into the double left-hander, then down to 3rd gear, then tickling the 91 mark. Then the second left-hander, not too problematic at all. Then, and now he's coming up to the second intermediate time. Then 51.022 for Steve. He is the first man to set a time. Then, and now he comes out to the long right-hander, and he is now coming down the back straight as well. Then, and we're waiting for the DRS zone. It is just about 3/4 of the way down. There it is, and he's right on the money as well. It's a quarter of the way down, I should say. DRS, and that is the drag reduction system. There it is. It's open, fully open there. It's like a letterbox, isn't it, when you're posting your mail into turn 14. Lovely stuff indeed. T-time has just appeared on my screen for no reason at all. There, he accelerates away into 16 as well. Then it's a right-hander, then it's a left-hander. He comes out of the final turn, and where is it? It's fast at the moment now. Good stuff indeed. There. What about T-Sammy? T-Sammy is second at the moment now. He's a 10th of a second away from Steve. Once again, it's the measuring stick of qualifying, isn't he? And he's going for a second pole position of the season. And here comes Brown. Look at those brake discs glowing on that Williams. Lovely stuff indeed. He comes over the grid hatches. He is fast mode. What about Maxi, the championship leader? He is on pole position there by 500ths of a second, half a 10th in front. Lovely stuff indeed. Timmy there is full fast mode. And what about the second Renault? No, then it is Hog first, I should say. Then as he comes over the final course as well, and he goes 5th fastest in the Renault Sprint. He's run out of deployment then, but he is in 5th fastest. Good time now from Sprint, and that is it then. Now Roscoe, who usually his own beat, bangs his own beat of the drum kind of thing, doesn't he? And he flies into turn 1 as well. Got a lovely bit of sunshine on the go now, haven't we? Oh, goodness me, that's an AlphaTauri, formerly known as the Toro Rosso team. Now I think it's a clothing brand now, isn't it, the AlphaTauri? And they had a very good old launch, didn't they? It was a beautiful launch, wasn't it? A bit of clothing and all that kind of stuff. Lovely stuff. Yanis said, evening Sean, good evening evening, Jan. I hope you're having a lovely day indeed. Then Jan, of course, a big old supporter of the channel, isn't he? And yep, he's also usually got also shares his thoughts and facts and all that kind of stuff as well. So I'd like to hear if who you think's going on pole position at the moment. Maxi is holding that crown at the moment. Asdog has to come in the pits, and Nora's double lever there. As I wonder if they're plotting a plan there. Of course, I remember being in the Asdog and doubles party when I first started racing in IRC. Gotta say, it was a brilliant experience. I must say that's one thing I do miss. Actually, I do enjoy being the Oda. I do enjoy being the commentator. I do enjoy talking about cars and on the edge of the limit. But I do miss being in that party because it was a good old laugh, wasn't it? Roscoe coming down the back straight as well, and he is right on the money with DRS. You can see that green line down the right hand part of the screen, and that is the amount of deployment he's got left for ERS, the electric recovery system, of course. And these cars are now hybrid, aren't they? It's good stuff indeed. And he flicks it through the final turn as well. Let's see what he can do. Oh, he's lost it. Roscoe's lost it. He's hit the wall, and he's gone back across the circuit as well, where Joe Finanzi had a crash in 2011. And oh goodness me, and Roscoe's going to be kicking himself, and that is a big mistake there. Well, he's currently 8th fastest, so that's still a good time, but unfortunately it's not good enough. It would been a good time in the wet there, but that is a big blow there for Roscoe, the Scotsman. Then unfortunately didn't get the last turn right at all, did he, and just spun it on the curb then. So that is that's everyone's gone for one run apart from Asdog and Double. Maxi is on his second pole position of his season so far, but what can Steve do, who is second now? Half a tenth separates them at the moment. T's having for a position once again. It's the terrible free something, isn't it? It's right at the top of the tires at the moment. They're absolutely fantastic, aren't they? They are really the benchmark. Timmy is not too far away either, though, is he? I gotta say, Timmy's had a fantastic lap. I should have more complimented him there. I got distracted there by a message. Yeah, I should be complimenting Timmy. That's a fantastic. We're on board Timmy at the moment. He's on that lap as well. So is Brown as well. Brown in 7th position. Lovely stuff indeed to see Brown up here as well. Then right then, as we're now in the final cut qualified as well. It's been a great session so far, isn't it? I've really enjoyed this one. It's been good. As Timmy is now currently on limp hold mode at the moment, as he is just trying to save as much fuel as he can. He doesn't want to burn those tires out, does he? And a lot of the F1 drivers are always looking after something, isn't there? Back in the 80s and 90s, they were looking after gearbox, engines, and all that kind of stuff. Remember that the cars were taken apart, torn apart after every qualifying session. Really, it was incredible, wasn't it? It was a completely new car by the race, wasn't it? Impressive stuff indeed there. It was only built to go as long as the Grand Prix distance. These days, there's gearboxes that are meant to go 6 events or something like that then. And they've only got 3 engines for the entire season, haven't they? Goodness me! And the engines used to be built for like 1 Grand Prix test. They even had special qualifying engines, wasn't it? With high power output as well. It was incredible, wasn't it? And just on board Brown, and he's using DRS as well there, just trying to get a feel of his Williams then before he gets into the proper lap itself. Lovely shot as well. I love the rear facing camera on the Williams. It's a beautiful work of art, isn't it? The Williams. It's also good to see Williams much closer to the grid, isn't it, this season compared to what they were last season? So I'm loving that as well. And of course, being a Formula 1 fan of 20 plus years, it's hard to see the Williams team, who's had such great history, being so far at the back of the field. And it's the same with McLaren as well, when they were strung in those Honda days, weren't they? It was really difficult to watch that, and it really was indeed that. Of course, growing up watching the Williams there absolutely dominate Formula 1, winning all those championships, watching McLaren do the same as well, it's really difficult to see that. And again, now with Ferrari, isn't it? Ferrari are now the midfield team, aren't they? As they are now battling in the midfield as well. But yeah, I'm hoping that all those great teams come up as well. Now, I think that one thing I would love, perfect Formula 1 for me, is having 13 teams, 26 cars, and they're all fighting away, battling away for the top 10 positions in all of them was regular point score as well. That'd be a perfect Formula 1 for me, really. But there you go then. Of course, we're on a full grid actually since 1995. The Monaco Grand Prix was the last time we had a proper full grid, wasn't it, of 26 cars. I think that was last time that Simtech was in Formula 1, wasn't it, with Verstappen and Milo Schiatarella, I think his name was, wasn't it? Of course, everyone knows Jos Verstappen, Jos the boss, of course, the father of Max Verstappen. And I think Verstappen in his own right was really good F1 driver. He showed flashes of brilliance, didn't he? Unfortunately, there was some unlucky points. There was also times where he threw away good points as well. Remember, 96, he used to be he was very handy in the footwork, wasn't he? But he just never seemed to get a clean weekend going, did he? Anyway, Brown then is coming through the final turn then, and let's see what he can do then. And he is coming over the line. Does he improve? He improves by a second, but he's still only 7 fast mode then. Hogg then is next. He's taking a couple of bites of cherry then. We'll keep an eye on Hogg because we're going to look at Timmy first then. Timmy comes across the line. Timmy is so close then. Look how close he is. What about Hogg? Hogg comes through, and Hogg improves by 10 for a second, but stays in 6th position at the moment as well. T. Sammy there, 2 times straight up. Look at this as the sun is bursting onto the tarmac now, onto the pit straight, and he comes through. T. Sammy is on pole position. A fantastic time there for T. Sammy. He gets out of his way of his teammate as well. Very nicely done then from T. Sammy's on pole position in Australia. 3 rounds to go now, wasn't it? But he is back on there. He is back on top of the timesheets, on top form. Lovely stuff indeed then. And we got Maxi, who's just started a lap now. We got a Haas of Steel also starting us up. We have got Sprint, who's also starting us up as well. Just let's see who's outside. Roscoe is out there as well. But Rombor have doubled at the moment. He is 10th as it stands at the moment. He has saved his best run till the very end, hasn't he? Because of course he has got only one set of tyres, I believe, only one set of new tyres, hasn't he? And he is coming down the back straight as well. Good drive, good event so far for Double N, right in the mix. I love it. And let's see what he did. DRS right on the main. Look at it, he's touching 205 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour. That's his top speed then before breaking down into the hairpin. And I got to say, he takes so much speed in that slow part of the course. Well, it's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed. Then comes through the final turn, Double does, and let's see what it does. He comes over the grid. Hatchins, Double goes 8 fastest. Lovely stuff there for Double. Is Timmy there is trying to improve even more. Oh goodness me, he's 4 tenths of a second down in the end. He was trying. Hogg is in the pits then, and as we got Asdog who's recovering. It looks like he's had a problem, Asdog has, and that is not good at all, is it? Unfortunately for Asdog. I think T-Side there is recovering back as well, as he is carrying on pole position. Asdog unfortunately has run out of time, so he ain't going to be able to respond then. That's the pitfalls and perils of going out so late on in qualifying, isn't it? And that is a huge shame, isn't it? Now Maxi, we're on board for him as well. See, he's got DRS then right on the bubble, dropping down then just before the 100-meter board. Oh, taking a lot of speed in there. That's incredible stuff from Maxi. My goodness me. And he now flying into 60 as well. Car 96 Maxi is, and he comes out of the final turn. DRS right on the bubble. He is on pole position. A fantastic time. 2 tenths of a second of steers at the moment. That's in the ballpark, but is it going to be enough for him? Remember, he's got a 5-place grid penalty, CS, and now more Rob Steele pole position, and he is third fastest, so he's dropping down 5 positions then. What about Sprint? He is currently 5th fastest. Can he displace? No, he is still 5th, but he's improved quite dramatically by half a second as well. Roscoe goes 3rd fastest for Roscoe. Great time, and he has put himself on the 2nd row of the grid. Lovely stuff indeed then. I know. Well, that is your grid then for the Chinese Grand Prix. Double is on the limit still. Where can Double go? He stays in 9th position there. But yeah, improve it. On a much better second lap, Double did. And remember, that was with tyres and that was the tyres had done 2 laps there. And so that is your grid then for the Chinese Grand Prix. And it is Maxi, 2 for 2. He is on pole position for the 2nd time this season then. So Maxi is, got to say, looking very strong at this stage then. As it stands then, he has been on pole position twice. He's won twice. He's been on the podium 3 times. Goodness me, this man is having the last season he was good. He had a lot of races where he should have probably have... throughout the results and probably should have finished a lot more races, but this season, goodness me, he's a completely different driver, and 2nd time he's on pole position, and he will be leading from the front here in the Chinese Grand Prix. Lovely stuff indeed then. So that is qualifying done and dusted. Let's take an official look at the classification from the top 10 then. So then, so Maxi on pole position by 2/10 of a second from T Sammy. Then we've got Ross going third. Steve has got a 5-place grid penalty. So Timmy will move up to fourth. Sprinter move up to fifth. Hog 6 as well. Brilliant stuff. Brown is in seventh. And Double and Adstock shares the fifth row of the grid then for the Chinese Grand Prix. As I said, this is round 4 of Super. Remember, we have a random calendar as well this season, don't we? But of course, the Chinese Grand Prix is still at round 4, like it is in the official calendar. Oh my goodness me, that is very overcast over there, isn't it? Goodness gracious me! Oh gosh. So yeah, we have heard that it is rain there, isn't it, in the sky here in Shanghai. So so yes, guys, don't be surprised to see rain. We might even see some intermediate tires before the end of this one is said and done. Jan has just said, "Go for it, guys! Let's have a great race. Good luck!" And Jan, a very nice gentleman, isn't he? Really is good stuff indeed, isn't he? Of course, being a competitor, I'm not as nice, or I try and be nice. I try and be nice, but yeah. Sometimes I'd rather all my competitors have bad luck, really, so I can win the race, which never happens usually because I end up in the wall myself. That's why I'm up here. That's why those guys are down there, and that is why we are 1 second away from starting the formation lap for the round 4 of IRC season 8. Goodness me, 8 seasons we've had of IRC, and let's see what we can do here then. And just starting the formation up as well, and look at those tires. And we've got 4 cars on the hard tires, we have got 3 cars on the soft tires. I love a variety of spice, and we've certainly got that. Everyone else is on the medium tires. Let's go for the grid. 28 laps from 1st to 19th. Maxi is second pole position of the season there in the Ferrari. He's starting to look very commanding at the front. He's looking very comfortable, and that's scary, isn't it? T Sammy is second. Third is Roscoe. Roscoe's on the soft tires, so keep an eye on what Roscoe can do there, because potentially he might be a absolutely rocket off the start line. There's the particular strategy just in the bottom of your screen now. Timmy is in 4th position then, with Sprint is in 5th. 6th position is Hog. Great stuff. Brown is 7th. Double is in 8th position. 9th position is Steve after that 5-place grid penalty. We did see all of it, but yeah, even Sprint was saying, his competitor was saying that was unfair. Asdog in 10th position then. Fizzy in 11th alongside Himcar in 12th. And can Himcar get himself off the get himself some points then? Valentine in 13th position. Matt is down in 14th. And can he salvage anything in the race then? 15th position is Harry. Woody in 16th, making his first start of F1 2020. 17th position is JJ in the Williams there. 18th is Rizzlesticks, and Penny is in 19th position, just behind his teammate as well. Gar saying, here we go, come on, Val, and Rizzle's but hard to see past Maxi once again then. Yeah, got Maxi is looking very in control, isn't he? And of course, that's what we said, when he's out in front, he's very much Schumacher-esque, isn't he? He's very difficult to keep up. Oh goodness me, it's a T-Sammy and Maxi are very close, aren't they? They're usually close on track, but my goodness me, that's a bit too close for comfort, isn't it? On board then with Penny, as he is at the back at the moment. No, yet, because there's a Williams who has got to say very much off the track. Well, Penny then is we're on board for a lovely helmet design indeed. That bit of blue and yellow there, love it. But good stuff indeed. Then he is now coming up to line on the back of the course. On the back of the grid then, ready to get raced as well then. And you can see, look at this facility. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? When you first did it, it was absolutely a marvel to watch, wasn't it? JJ is now coming up to line at 17th on the grid. It's the last car to line up then, as we are now waiting for those lights, and there they are. They're coming up now, and we are going to get racing in just a few moments time as well, and there they are then. We are waiting for those lights then. Where are they? There they are! Here here we go then. 3, we have 4, we have 5, and it is go. There's a drive-through penalty for Rizzle Sticks already. Oh goodness me, Rizzle Sticks is flying through the field. Now we're racing, and Maxi's had a good start there. Rizzle Sticks is jumping the start there. Maxi needs T-Sammy a second. Roscoe in third, he's on the soft tire, so he's got a better grip there. Fourth is Sprint, fifth is Hog. Timmy, oh goodness me, that's not good. Flying up the other end. Oh my goodness me, that was a worm's head just steaming. That was Brown, who was coming on the grass there, steaming out of control. And oh gosh, he might have damaged the wing then. Yellow flag one then, because it's Matt who's pointing the wrong way at the back. And the Brown there steaming in and almost clipping the back end of Astor. We've also got a Fizzy and a him car double teaming Timmy. Timmy's on the pole inside. A terrible stop by the McLaren. And Hog, him car is up to 11 for this as well. Run board as they're going through the S's here in the middle part of the course. And Brown then has got damage to the wing. Then there's Fizzy going through on the inside. And he's got to come to Pritz. Brown is, he's got too much damage. Look at the background. Oh goodness me. And look at him flying through. It's turn 10. Oh, it's getting very, very fisticuffs over there, isn't it? Now then it's Timmy as, oh, there's my big contact. There was contact. Damage. There's damage on the Mercedes. And in-car dropping down the order. Valentine is now in 40 for this one. They come down the back straight. Look at the Maxi. He is trying to break the toe. Roscoe is trying to get past Timmy. And Nolan is the other T. It's T-Sammy. He's up the inside. Roscoe passes. Oh, and also give him a good old love kiss as well. Then accelerating. Oh, goodness me. And oh, accelerating out to turn 60 as well. Steve is now past Asdog and moves up into 6th position as well. Lovely stuff indeed there. That one completely, look at the gap there. It's 9/10 of a second already in this race. And as we have got a couple of arrows there pointing downwards, the IRS has been enabled, which I think's a lie. It doesn't get enabled until after the third lap. We're just watching Fizzy at the moment as the classification there. Do not believe the classification at the moment. It's all lies, I tell you, all lies. And hopefully it'll sort itself out in just a jiffy as well there. Just watching Penny, who is not on TV, but Hog is not leading either, albeit there he has had a good start to this race there as well. Brown then is the only one that's coming to pits then. Matt is also recovering at the back of the field as well. Unfortunately, we didn't see what happened to Matt there as he was facing the wrong way, which is a big shame for Matt, isn't it? He is he's having troubles at this event, isn't he? Now Roscoe then is now going to put the squeeze on Maxi, isn't he? With Timmy, T-Sammy in third position, and Sprint up in the fourth end. Lovely stuff. Hog fifth, C in 6th position at the moment, coming through the field. Then Alstock 7th, 58th end. Timmy in 9th position there. Double in 10th end. Valentine just outside the points in 11th position. Him car 12th end, and then we've got the McLaren and Woody in 13th and 14th end. Harry, another man who's struggling at this stage. Woody's at the inside, but Harry swoops on the outside, and nothing ventured, nothing gained, is it? And now then there's Harry. Oh, goodness me, Woody has gone onto the AstroTurf, and that's going to affect him in terms of the momentum. And they're flying through the oh goodness me, they're flying through the banks of turn number 13. I think it is 13. Hog has been passed by Steve. He's trying to go back up and under there, but I think the job is done there for Steve. He has minimised the traction off the turn there. He is through. He is up into 5th position. Lovely stuff there from Steve. He had a 5-place grid penalty. Just reminded you why he is down the order slightly. T-Sam is now all over the back of Roscoe as well, just flicking back as well. We've got Hog, Asdog also is now starting to come into combat as well. Matt is the second off the off Rizzle Sticks at the moment. Brown is down 12 positions, up for 4 position is Steve. He's had a fantastic start, hasn't he? And also Petty as well. And so those are the position changes at the moment. And Brown is on the medium tires then until the so far then. Oh goodness me, they're all closing up quite concertina fit down in turn 6. Love it. And they accelerate away then. So this is where he's going to have a bit of dirty air then. Now this is where we're going to set onto the race then, and now start to think about strategy in this race then as well. What is the best strategy around here? Is it 1 or 2 stops then? Matt is just displaced for the 60s. He's up into 17th then. Can Matt get himself back through the field there? He's down in 17th position at the moment there. Safety cars have to come into definitely come into question, don't they? Oh goodness me, that's a cry off the track. Rizzle Sticks who's had a he has to have a drive-through as well, I think, for the drive-through penalty. Car 15 just recovering, and in the Brown then, who had such a good qualifying, unfortunately is Is not having a very good race at the moment, is he? On board then with Azdog. We were talking about strategy just a minute ago. We might come back to that in a minute because Azdog is shaping up for a move on the back of Hog then. And Hog has just parked his car right in the middle of the track there. Brilliant 17. Look at how much steering angle they must do. Of course, if you're driving lessons, do not do what Azdog did there. As you're not to cross your arms, are you? And oh my goodness me, we got him car, we got Woody, and we got Harry. Also, but oh my goodness. What an incredible shot then. Harry is using the deployment. He is for all he's got bit squirrely there out turn 16. And now then Woody is side by side. It's 500 a second, but Harry has the inside line. And you can see he's pulling away there as he is using the deployment. And once again then Woody having to take 2 bites of the cherry on the steering wheel to just to keep himself on the straight and narrow. Lovely somebody then. Matt is now past Petty. It's up into 60th position then. So Matt is now regained his footing and he is coming back through the order then. Let's see where he can do from here. Remember, at the end of lap 1, he was down in 19th position. He is back up into. There's a yellow flag out there as one of the racing points has come a cropper. I think it's Penny. And so yeah, Matt was at the back of the grid, and Matt is now in the 50th position and displacing the guys at the back at this stage. So good stuff indeed then. As we got a yellow flag, is that Timmy is off the circuit. Oh my goodness me then, and it is he's just trying to get himself back out then, and oh gosh, he's trying to do a 3-point turn here, and Timmy is right down near the back as he has dropped down to 2nd position. We're not sure how Timmy looks like he just lost it there, and it's coming into the double left-hander there in the middle part of the track there, and that is a shame for Timmy. Those tires are going to be screaming as well. What a shame then for Timmy, because he's really going to be on the back foot now. Azdog has got a double slipstream there on Azdog and Hog. Azdog is at the inside there, but we got lovely shot indeed. And Azdog coming across the track there to cover off Fizzy Dennis. Fizzy might have had the high ground there, and Harry, and oh goodness me, Harry's gone for a lunge there, but he might have lost more than he's gained. He has lost more than he's gained, and he has dropped down the order, and he's down in 30th position as well. Double is in the pits, and he's on those soft tires, and he comes into the pits. Fizzy and Azdog there, and Fizzy's gone on the outside, so Azdog is on the inside then, to turn 1 and 2 then. There's no way going for that. Double is the only man in the pits, but he's the only man on soft tires, apart from Roscoe, of course, but Roscoe is a 3/10 of a second away now from the back of T Sammy. So T Sammy is now starting to eat into that advantage that Roscoe had on board Fitz. And this is a good old battle here. I've enjoyed this as well. There's a lot of close racing out there. As I tried to speak about the strategy a couple of laps ago now, isn't it? As I keep getting interrupted by these fine racing drivers. Timmy's now down the back of the field there. He's on those medium compound tires there from McLaren driver. Strategy then. It's going to be a 1-stop or 2-stop. It might be a 1-stop there as the medium tyres. Oh my goodness, this one once again. What's in him, Carl? And Woody, this is the ball for the point set. But remember, I've completely forgot. I was talking about the strategy. It might be a 1-stopper. Medium to hard tyres might be the preferred strategy for the race. Oh my goodness me, for the race leaders. But what about that rain, which is predicted later on in the session there, of course. So you really might have to factor in that in determining your strategy. Roscoe is not giving up physically. We can't put the long pedal down, can he? And he is dropping down the order. He's in the pits and now we've got Woody and him car once again battling away. Now Woody is free. He's up in the 10th position. That was a much better race than he is qualifying. And now they're coming down to the hairpin as well as it's getting very tight up there, isn't it? Roscoe is in the pits. Hog is doing a cracking job once again up in the 5th, like in France a couple of days ago, didn't he? Well, almost a week ago. Really good 70 then. So Roscoe on the medium tyres then. I think that's a 2-stopper, isn't it? That doesn't even include the rain as well. Hinkar is now back into 9th position. Well, this is what these guys are battling for at the moment. It's points there, isn't it? That's what everyone. Points means prizes, everyone. And of course, the more points you get, the better your championship position will be, won't it? Lovely stuff indeed there for Hinkar. As now Harry is trying to get on the loud pedal. Hinkar looks looking a bit vulnerable, isn't he? On the outside there, Daniel Ricciardo likes him vulnerable. Towards Daniel Ricciardo, he's going to settle up the inside, and he has done. Oh my goodness me! And that's a good old lunge there from Harry. Very well judged as well. It wasn't even a lunge. It was a perfectly timed overtake there. And now then it's Hinkar has gone wide there. He's almost onto the land, and no returning because he's got damage to that wing, hasn't he? And now they're coming through. Oh, lovely shot. I got so I do love a good old helicopter cam shot, and that's a beautiful headed cam shot, isn't it? Now going over the curbs as well. Himcar is 6 seconds back. That's why he's dropping down the road. Himcar is on the medium tires. Gogo is almost to about lap 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I know it's a big old lappage there, isn't it? But that has to be his aim, isn't it? And coming as quickly as possible. Hog is now on the outside. Asdog is now on the inside. I gotta say the crowds are getting threatening, aren't they? Matt is also threatening as well. He is up into 11th position and he passes Himcar, and Himcar is down into 12th position now. Of course, with that wing damage there. Otherwise, I think Himcar would be a lot faster. Where's Roscoe? Roscoe's on. Oh, Roscoe's already passed east. I was looking the wrong way. I should have been looking. West instead of east there. As now as we come through the final turn again, and look at this, and as you can see, he's almost behind him. Himcar he's going for it. Oh my goodness, we are going to hope up a pillow. Wow, incredible stuff there. And Matt there is still into 11th position. Himcar had DRS there, and he tried to have a run going into turn 1, but Matt shut the door, didn't he? As Matt is now proceeded backwards to 11th position there. And now man who's having a good old race there is Matt now, isn't he? He had an appalling qualifying. He's having a much better race, and it's Himcar's on the inside. Roscoe goes on the outside. He's got fresher tires, hasn't he? And he's got 6 laps younger tires than Himcar. Oh, they've come to blows there. And Himcar giving Roscoe a bit of a squeeze off the circuit. And now as Timmy set the fast line race, Himcar is dropped down into 11th position. Well, you can see that the wing is really hurting him on these fast throwing corners of the middle section there. And look at that, he's almost lost 8/10 of a second in one corner alone there. That is the damage on the oh my goodness me! As Himcar there, I'm not sure what happened there. Oh goodness me! I think he tried to correct an oversteer, but he overcorrected himself. He is in the wall, virtual safety car, and that is our first retiree in the Chinese Grand Prix. And what a shame there is for Himcar then. As Himcar 7th session into the pits there. T Sammy is not coming to pits. He hasn't rolled the dice there, but T Sammy has, so has Sprint as well, but Steve hasn't either, and he's into the pits then. Virtual safety car means that you have to adhere to a delta, so really they are all, so it's like as Crofty usually says, it's like putting all the cars on the same scale electric lane on a track, isn't it, where they all just do the same speeds there, and you shouldn't get an advantage unless of course you've pitted, which these guys have bet as well. As they're coming out of the pits now, and they're in front of Woody who's 7th position then. A Sprint coming out in 8th position then, and just taking a look then. So virtual safety cars out there, and a couple of guys have taken advantage of the safety car. Maxi and Steve haven't though. Ayrton is saying, hello Sean, hello Ayrton, I hope you're well. Oh my goodness, we've got drive-through penalties for Rizzle Sticks, and I'm sure he's seen another one as well. As they flashed up quite quickly on this game. It's very brutal, the old penalties, isn't it? And Harry is, and we're back racing. Goodness me, they've really caught me unaware. And oh, look at this, there's Roscoe and Matt there going side by side. Matt is now on the inside. Look at this, and as Roscoe swoops on the outside, and away he goes then. And I think Harry have definitely caught Sprint unaware. He caught me unaware as well. Goodness me. Very much. He was not asleep, was he, like I was? And away he goes then as well. And the ball in the midfield is going to be fraught there. 20 laps to go in this race. We've still got a long way to go then. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Brilliant 17. Valentine, unbeknownst to me, is up into 5th position. Fantastic stuff there from Valentine. And he's on a stronger race than he is in France, isn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed there for Valentine now. Showing his racecraft. I don't feel that he showed his full potential in France, but he's definitely doing so today, isn't he? Good stuff there. Sprint is now on the inside of Harry. He is through. What about Roscoe? Roscoe's never tried to show the nose, is he? And he's going on the inside as well. We've also got Hog in the pits there, as Roscoe and Harry are battling away. Now it's Roscoe who's on the outside, Harry on the inside. We're on board with Roscoe, and Harry is there, but Roscoe's just going to go up and under. Look at those fresh tyres. That is the advantage of fresh tyres, and he is through. But Harry is gone in the slipstream now. He doesn't want to take that overtake line down, but I think Roscoe's advantage under traction there is too great, isn't it, for Harry? And Roscoe is now in 7th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. JJ in the points. Lovely stuff. I know we've also got Aston 11. Hog is out in 12th position there, and 13th position is T Sammy. T Sammy's coming to the pits again, then the champion. Goodness me, I didn't expect that. Is it did he have a drive-through penalty? I must have done, surely. That's the only reason why he would be in the pits unless he's changed those tyres. Roscoe now up into, oh goodness me, Sprinters off the track there, as he is, I'm not sure if he's dropped it or what, but that's coming out of turn 6, and look at the background, and it is Alstock passing JJ as well. JJ drop it down, and Alstock there, it's Alstock's off, he's in the wall, and his nightmare season continues here in season 8 of IRC. He hasn't damaged the wing now, but Alstock and both Alfa Romeos, who were expected to be really running away with the constructors, it's not happening at the moment, is there, as both Alfa Romeos are out of the points at this stage of proceedings. What a shame indeed then from the Alfa Romeos and for Alstock as well. That is a big blow. We're just watching Hog at the moment, and he's got fresh. He is now on the Renault, and on before he came in the pits, Hog did, unless he had a drive-through panel as well. I'm so confused at this stage of proceedings, but Entio is confused. So now Roscoe, the straight wasn't long enough, believe it or not, for Roscoe, but Woody's gone wide then, and there's a gap that's opened up. Roscoe's going to put his Red Bull into that gap. He's on the outside. That's a fantastic manoeuvre. Yes, he had new tyres, but goodness me, you still have to be brave to do that. And that was and Roscoe is a brave cookie, isn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed then. And just on board there with Hog, then you can see everyone is on different strategies, which is why there's a lot of overtakes, isn't there, at this stage of the season. I'm absolutely loving it. Lap 10 out of 28. Who is going to gamble on the rain then? Who's going to stay out then? The hard runners like Matt might be at a huge advantage here compared to the guys on the medium tyres. And what is that? Because the hard tyres can last a very long time. That's a Ferrari. That's Russell 6 is off the track. Oh goodness me, that's where Car King went off in 2005. But luckily Russell 6 with keeping it out of the wall there, but he has lost an awful amount of time, and he's now 18 seconds back there. And then his teammate is also coming up to lap in as well, which like the early stage race, Hog is not Russell 6 ain't going to be too happy about that, is he? And he is down in 18th position. Back on board then with Hog. He is giving JJ some calls for good. There's rain on the camera. Oh my goodness me. So we got some raindrops falling on these guys' heads. Oh gosh, then we got 18 laps then. How long is it before they go into the intermediate tyres there? This is perfect for those medium compound runners. Hog is going up the entire 5-second penalty for sticks there for speeding in the pit lane. Hog is in 10th position there, and JJ is down into 11th as well. And now then, and at the moment then Valentine and the Matt is going to be up about this there, big move. Same with Fizzy up into 3rd position. Steve and Maxi decided not to come in the pits there. They howled out for the rain there. Great call there from both those drivers. Lovely stuff indeed then, flinging it through the final turn then. And how heavy is this rain going to be there? Of course the rain is nowhere near heavy enough to go into the intermediate tyres yet, is it? And has anyone got any rubber left on these medium tyres? Like, it's going to get very slippery now, isn't it? Well, you can see we're on board then. It's not got too heavy just yet, has it? But now we've got Matt and Sprint, who are now starting to give Harry a cause for concern in 7th, 8th and 9th as well then. On board with Matt then, as you can see, as close as spoiled Matt stay in qualifying. Let's see if it makes Matt stay in the race as well. So Matt is now up into a very good 8th position at the moment then. And looking for the ground as well, that's also Woody is now being reeled into this battle as well. We're going to have a 4-car battle. Hog is about 4.5 seconds away at this moment in time as well, as they flick it through the fast. Oh my goodness me, on fire, that's damage. The Alpha Towers have come to blows, and that's wing damage there, full sprint there. Matt had to suddenly break there as he almost went to the back of Harry. Sprint wins to the back of Matt. He has damaged the end plate for the Alpha Tower. I've got to say, Sprint has had a lot of bad luck so far this season, isn't he? He was at sea in France. Unfortunately today he's damaged the end plate, and he's going to, luckily for him it is raining, so he'll have to come in the pits for intermediates if it gets heavier, of course. That is a big if, isn't it? That might be the case as well. As now then Matt is gaining on Harry, then he has got the overtake. He will now have DRS as well. DRS is still enabled at this stage of proceedings, and as they come down the back straight, Harry is through. Matt is through. He passes Harry. He is, oh goodness me there, and he's trying to squeeze Harry there, but Harry is having none of it. But Matt is through anyway nonetheless, and he is having to 7th position. Harry dropping down to 8th position mode. Hog has gained a few, almost a second and a bit over these guys here battling, and now and there is Hog there. He's a charging Hog, isn't he? He is coming up behind these guys around 6.5 seconds. The pit window is now open, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? No one's going to come out. No one's going to go into the pit just yet. JJ and T-Sammy and also got a lot of work, haven't they? So is Brown and Double as well, and Timmy, if they want to get some points after starting in the top 10. It's there's a lot of drivers out there who might be a bit unhappy with the way this race is going. JJ is defending his position there, but T-Sammy is going to go on the outside. into, oh no, is he going to go for the switcheroo? He's going for the switcheroo, but JJ is not phased, is he? And he keeps his position there, keeps his line, and he is still in 11th position then. Hogg is now less than 2 seconds back there. He is gaining time, hand over fist, and Valentine has dropped down as he's got, as his teammates just got by him there. Good overtake there from Roscoe. I wonder if there might have been a bit of team play involved in that as well, as but Roscoe is flying up there. The one forward, look at this, T-Sammy is on the inside. Great maneuver there. The champion is up into 11th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. And away he goes then. Now let's go back to this battle here. Harry and the sprint now, and look who is less than a second behind now. There's Hogg. He is flying up to the back of these guys. And now then Hogg potentially could get 2 for 1 here, couldn't he? So going to B&M. As Harry there is sorry, Sprint is gaining. He is going through Harry. He passes Harry, and he moves up into 8th position then. As now look in the background, Harry's got another challenger to his 9th position. Now it is Hogg, isn't it, in the second runner there, as they fly through turn number 16 as well. And it's Hogg there getting very vibraty there over the curbs, isn't he? Goodness me, that car is almost being rattled to pieces there. Are they going to turn 16 as well? Lap 13 out of 28 as well, and the rain is steady at the moment, isn't it? It's not increasing. So the dry tires are still the best tire to be on, isn't it? There's a crossover point. And when the DRS is usually disabled, that usually means it's a sign to come in for those intermediate tires as well. And who has been practicing in the wet then? Who is going to be confident in the wet? I know T-Sammy loves a good wet race, doesn't he? This might salvage the champions. Appalling race so far as he is down in 11th position, isn't he? Can he salvage some points there? He is out of the points at the moment, but there he is in the background. And Asdog as well. Can Asdog also salvage some points after he made a mistake at this turn here a few laps ago then? Yeah, we've also got Sprint now with wing damage as well. C is 6.4 seconds away from Max at the moment. Now Fizzy is 13 seconds back with Roscoe also challenging Fizzy as well. Oh, sorry, just taking a breather. Goodness me. And I gotta say, I do work hard on my Thursdays, don't I? Gosh, I gotta say, if I ever want a quiet Thursday, then I don't think it's gonna happen for a long time. And look at this, his asshole is up and up there, passes JJ. And through into 13th position, JJ down to 14th, and look at that, oh look at this, and Sprint, T-Sammy's going to go for 2 forward, and look at this, incredible shots, and now then Hogg is down on the inside, he's up to 7th position, Harry also has 2 positions as Harry, as they come to blows and goodness me there, he almost spun Hogg out there. Harry had to get off the accelerator, and he's let Hogg go there. Hogg is now in 10th position, but T-Sammy there just breezed by him. He loves these conditions. We're on board with the champion from the nose cone here, and he's coming up in the turn 1 as well. Sprint's next target. T-Sammy can, as I said before, he is now really going to be in his element. JJ is in the pits, and what tires is he going to go on? Look at the left hand side tower. What is he going to go on? We're looking for it now then, and he is on. He's going on the that's soft tires. JJ is on the soft tires now, so he doesn't believe it's not going to rain any further. So JJ's took those medium tires as far as he can get them. I'm wondering if that's a mistake for JJ, or maybe not. Maybe it is. Maybe it is absolutely a brilliant plan then. Well, we'll find out. And back on board with T-Sammy. He is the man who is really on song at the moment. It's at half distance. He is in 9th position and then trying to recover after a pretty frightful opening stint here in China. But let's see what do then. Never give up in Formula 1, can you? Because the race can really turn on its head, can it? After these Q cars, he has a 10-second deficit over himself and Valentine, who is doing a brilliant job there, and only a second race in IRC. Absolutely hats off to the Red Bull driver. Really good stuff indeed there. Looking very much happier this race than he was in France last week. But again, he didn't get a fair crack, I don't think, of the whip in France last week. But he's doing a much better job here today. And here comes T-Sammy. He's up to 8th position now. Lovely stuff indeed then. Breaking down, and he is through. And look at this, it's Hogg and Harry. And Harry is going to go on the inside. We've also got Asdog. Oh, goodness me, and Asdog almost got wrong foot there by Harry. And Harry, I've got to say, he's really struggled on the straights, hasn't he? And Hogg is in the pits then. And Hogg coming in the pits. And those tires has got as far as he can go then. We'll find out then. But a lot of the drivers still need dry tires. We are not any inter guys coming in the pits. And now Asdog is on the inside of Harry. He is through. He passes Harry. He is up into 10th position. Harry down to 11th. Hogg into the pits, and the Renault mechanics goes for it. He's on the hard tires, and Hogg is, and he is another driver who is not expecting the rain to get any worse. I also say it's a steady intensity of the rain at the moment, isn't it? So it's not getting heavier at all then. So These guys are ignoring the rain, aren't they? And of course, it is the golden rule to be on the right tyres at the right time, isn't it? And that is the golden rule, isn't it? And at the moment, the intermediate tyres is not the way to go. You will lose almost a pit stop if you're on the wrong tyres, won't you? Within a lap there. So that is what is at stake here for these drivers at the moment, then. And now then, it's Matt is now falling to the clutches of champion T7. Remember, Matt finished third in the championship last season, didn't he? And this season he's had a bit of a difficult season, but he's still in fourth position at the moment, then. Albeit he's had he's not. I don't think he's enjoyed his racing so far this season, I'll say. But of course, it's a long season. This is 22 races this season, the longest season ever in IRC history. Into the pits there comes Max. He's on the hard tyres as well, and we've also got Fizzy in the pits as well. Then look at this, and it's T. Sammy is now up into 7th position there. He is flying out there at the moment in these conditions, isn't he? He is very much gaining positions, hand over fist. T. Sammy, he is loving it, isn't he? He's on the fresher, harder tyres, but I think it's also about having the confidence and knowing where the grip is at this stage of the race. And Fizzy is out of the pits now in the Mercedes car 21, and he is trailing out of the pits now then, and there's a lot of cars going by him, isn't there? Hopefully those cars, that's coming to the pit soon for Fizzy's sake, so he doesn't get caught up behind them then. And double in Timmy there is also fighting away, as well as Brown is very interested as well. Timmy once again then having a great qualifying, but it's just not going well for him in the race, is it? And look at T. Sammy, he's already all over the back of Woody. He's going to send it, is he? He has sent it, so look at the braking differences there. Goodness me, that's just about confidence, isn't it, from T. Sammy? He is up into a fantastic 5th position. Lovely stuff indeed there for T. Sammy. As we said there before, he's had 10 race wins in RC. He's been brilliant. He is the defending champion, and he's had a difficult race today, but my goodness me, he is now really turning it around. Lovely stuff indeed then. And now we've got Timmy and Double and Brown then. There's action all over the show. Wherever you look, there is cars everywhere. Max is 2.2 seconds in front of Roscoe. Steve is a couple of seconds back of him, but Steve is actually getting into Max in that pit stop period then. Rain is still falling down at a steady intensity at the moment then. It is not enough for anyone to come into on the intermediate tyres just yet then. And everyone's been very sensible on the tyre course, which is, I gotta say, fantastic, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed there from all these guys out here. Very wildly managed and very expertly judged as well. These are one of the difficult conditions you face as a Formula 1 driver, isn't it? And at the moment they're all doing an absolutely brilliant job. Only one retiree so far, it's him car, who has unfortunately damaged the Mercedes. I think he overcorrected the spin, didn't he? And now we've got pit stop into the pits because Woody and Sprint now. Timmy has now passed Double, moved up into 12th position as well. Timmy is then. So Woody's in the pits then, Sprint's in the pits. Well, Sprinter's pit stop is going to be slightly longer because he has to change that wing then, as you can see that. And there is the wing change. And what about Woody? As Woody there is not having a wing change, he's already out then. Harry has also I think Harry's also changed the wing as well on the McLaren. I was going to say Mercedes then. Yeah, so 2 wing changes there, and that's going to drop him. That's an extra 5 odd seconds, isn't it? So that's going to drop him down further in the field then. And oh goodness me then, we got a Hog then, and we got Woody there very close to go there on a similar strategy, and they're both coming out as well then. Incredible stuff for Deet then, and now Hog is up in the 12th position. Woody is 13th, and Brown is just in front, and he's done quite a lot of lappage apparently on those medium tyres there. But I say apparently because I'm not sure if that is right or not. As Doug and Matt then, of course, these guys have had a lot of history, haven't they, in RC, but we're going to have another showdown between these two as well. 6th and 7th at the moment there on the racetrack as well. As Doug made a mistake earlier on, didn't he? He should be higher up than what he was there. That's cost him an awful amount of time and positions, hasn't it? But let's see what he can salvage his teammates now in the 5th position. That's not up to 7th. Both the Alfa Males have really started to fight back through the field. Nicely, 12th and 13th at one stage a few laps ago. Now they're 7th and 5th. Now it might even be 6th and 7th. And it is 6th and 7th. He passes Matt and moves up into 6th position. Matt dropping down 7th. Fizzy is also now on the prowl as well. Hog is now right behind Brown. Goodness me, Hog has got some amazing acceleration off the turn 12, and he is through already. Roscoe is in the pits, and he's on the medium tyres as this rain is still steady. And look at this there, that's Woody who's coming as well. And now then coming down, and look, Double's also involved in that brilliant stuff. This is going to be a cracking train. I have a feeling about that. This is going to be cracking stuff indeed. And he accelerates away, and Double is oh, they're all in the pits then. So this has turned this gone from a 4-car carriage down to a 2-car carriage then as well. Hog in 10th, Woody in 11th position as well. Roscoe has come up behind. Oh goodness me then. And we got another train then. Fizzy's going on the outside. Fizzy's on the outside. Run board Matt. Where's Fizzy? Where's Fizzy? And no, Matt's kept it. I got to say, Fizzy going on the outside. That would have been a brilliant overtake. But he's kept his line. He's up into 6th position now. Matt driving down 7th. Roscoe's also sweeping through as well. Tour of history. These two have got history as well, haven't they? Between Roscoe and Matt. And Roscoe is also through and past Matt and moves up into 7th position as well. I think Matt was hoping that it rained hard enough so they go into the intermediate tires. It hasn't come to fruition just yet. As Roscoe is now on the medium tires. He's on the softer compound. As Dog and Fizzy are on the harder tire, isn't he? So he has a softer tire, which means he'll be quicker at this stage of proceedings as well as they come down the back straight then. And where is Roscoe? You could only see him under that rear wing of the Mercedes. DRS is wide open then. And look at this, and then he is side by side then with Roscoe, with Fizzy. He passes Fizzy, he moves up into 6th position. Next man is Asdog. Valentine is in the pits, and he's done a cracking stint there on those hard tires. A brilliant stint indeed then. Where's Matt coming in? No, Matt is staying out as well then. I wonder if Matt's going to try and go to the soft tires at the end of this race as well. We'll find out. The soft tires are probably not only good for a few laps in this race, but we'll find out. Valentine now coming out of the pits as well, and there's a big old gap then. So Valentine then will be out in front of Timmy. He's been and look at this, and Timmy's even in the pit as well. Lovely. Back with this battle here then. Roscoe and Fizzy are now also starting to become acquainted together, and here they are as well then. So Alsdog in 4th position. The Alfa Romeo said, as we mentioned earlier on, was very much right in the midfield madness, wasn't it? Now all of a sudden they're 3rd and 4th. Brilliant comeback drive from both drivers. Alsdog's strongest performance of the season, isn't it? Bar none. Brilliant stuff for and look at this, as out toward of Alsdog. He had a snap of understeer or oversteer there, and had an issue there, and we've got a racing point of Woody. Here is off the track there, and Woody's strong start to his Formula 1 2020 career might have gone off in a crash, as he has damaged the Empire of that racing point, and he has now lost at sea. He's only just come in the pits as well. What a shame there for Woody, and that is a huge blow for Woody. What a shame. So the state of play at the moment, and Roscoe has got the medium tires, and he is the quickest. He is on the quicker tire. I wonder if he is going to really cause T. Sammy a cause for concern, isn't it? If this rain don't get heavier, we got intermediate tires for Petty and Rizzle 6 end. So the guys have rolled the dice at the back of the pack, and we'll find. We'll look at their progress as Timmy has also passed Woody as well. Woody is good. Yeah, he's damaged the car quite considerably. Then. So let's take a look at the intermediate tires. Penny is losing right at the moment. It's he's gaining on He's gaining on Brown there. Oh, it was, and then now it's got it to 11.5 seconds then. So I'm not sure if the inters are the way to go then, but that might be judged a bit too quickly. So hang on to this one. The intermediate, that might be an absolute stroke of genius there from both Penny and Rizzle Sticks. We'll find out then. We'll find out then the next 10 laps or so, won't we? Back on board sprint mode, and he's in a 10th position. He's less than a 10th. He's less than a second behind Hog at the moment, as they're coming over the grid hatches again. Harry in the background, there's a flash of orange. That was the McLaren driver as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. Yannis just said, what an incredible race. It's been fantastic, hasn't it? It's been brilliant up until this point. Really good stuff indeed then. And now Sprint is now giving Hog a good old squeeze, isn't he? In that battle for 9th position. Hog is on hard tires. Sprint's going to the medium tires, so Sprint does have a tire advantage at the moment. Woody back in the pits. What a shame for Woody. He was having a strong race, wasn't he? But that is kind of gone up in plumes of smoke now, hasn't it? Unfortunately, Roscoe has got the gap between himself and T. Sammy down to 4 seconds then. So we're keeping an eye on that, because that would be interesting to see before the end of this race then. Maxi has got an 8.7 second advantage at the moment. He's going for his 3rd race win in 4 races. Maxi is at the moment now. He is looking very strong at the early stages of this championship, isn't it? But as we said, it's a 22 race season, this one is. So yeah, there is a long way to go in there. I'm surprised of how this rain has got, how far this rain has gone really, and the intermediate tires haven't been needed. And you can see it's just not raining heavy enough. It's at the track; it's still too dry. And Penny is off the track there, similar to what his teammate did there, and it looks like those intermediate tyres are becoming a handful, aren't they? But I'm wondering how close we are getting, because I'm sure it would not so fast tyre smoke or spray coming off of Penny's car. Then Matt is in the pits as well then, in the AlphaTauri, and slowing down then to 60 kilometers an hour, and he is coming in for a tyre change as well. Let's see what Matt does then. Is he going onto the soft tyres, or is he going on the medium tyres? Those are soft tyres. There they go. They're on then, and Matt is going to be quicker than a hiccup, isn't he, as he comes out of the pits now. So good stuff indeed there from Matt then. So let's see what he do. He has got I think he'll be on the pits in front of Harry. He is in front of Harry, and so he's got points from here on in then, as long as he can keep it on the island, of course. And now Sprint has got by Hogden, and apologies, I was even looking at it as well, and it didn't even twig in my brain, did it? Goodness me. Yes, now the Sprint is past Hog, and he is now up into 8th position. He's got a 12-second deficit between himself and Valentine, who I got to say is my driver today. But he's doing a fantastic job out there. Brilliant so indeed for Valentine. Fizzy doing an equally cracking job indeed. That, of course, Fizzy's racecraft has never been in doubt, has it? His qualifying speed is sometimes let him down there, but today he is showing some magnificent speed, isn't he? And he's now in 6th position, I should say. Roscoe is very much on the ball. He's on the money at the moment, isn't he? He is catching the champion hand over fist now. It is 2.3 seconds. There he is. He's in the Alfa Romeo. It's the red and white car of T. Sammy as well, as we see a flash of him just coming through turn 15. We're on board with Roscoe as well, as he is creating the car. Look how difficult it is. We're right on board with Roscoe. It's this light weather, this light ring now. It's very difficult to control the car, but yeah, he is still keeping it on. It's still, all these guys still keeping it on the island. It's brilliant stuff indeed, isn't it? And there is T. Sammy then. He's done 13 laps. T. Sammy has on those hard tyres. It was the middle stint in the race, though, where he really showed his pace, and he did a cracking job, didn't he? T. Sammy did, and Aston, both Alfa Romeos in the middle stage of the race was absolutely phenomenal. They was unstoppable. They was like steam trains, weren't they? Oh, we got a Ferrari off, and it's the Ferrari Riddle Sticks out just recovering, then he's having a nightmare of races. Oh goodness me, almost got his teammate almost went into him, and he spat it again. Riddle Sticks out, and oh goodness me now, as a Riddle Sticks is out of the race then, and what a shame now for the Ferrari driver, and he's in a very perilous position on the exit turn 13 now. Hopefully the car will be recovered, and we don't need a safety car. That's might hurt Maxi there, his teammate, wouldn't it? It would spice up the race for us, though. With no end, wouldn't it? Now then, JJ is now in the meat in the McLaren sandwich, isn't it? We got a racing point off as well. It's Penny. Both the intermediate runners are struggling at this stage of proceedings, aren't they? As the intermediate tyres is definitely not the way to go, is it? Unfortunately, from the evidence of Russell Sticks and Penny, what a shame for them. But it's definitely worth a gamble, wasn't it? In their position, and yellow flag and free is I think it's Penny, who's got off getting in similar position to Russell Sticks as well. It's becoming a bit of a nightmare race, isn't it, now for Penny and Russell Sticks, unfortunately. But Rizzle Sticks is out of this race. Penny is in 70th position at the moment then. And now then we're on board then with Timmy. He's got some speed, hasn't he? He's got to go on the outside. He is on the outside, and the JJ's on the inside. A great move there for Timmy, and he is up in the 12th position now, second behind his teammate. Lovely stuff indeed then. Brilliant stuff from Timmy, and they're coming down the back straight again then. Now it's JJ, got JJ without DRS, of course. Has he got the speed then? He's got the overtake on as well. We can tell that because look at that green bar on his display as the yellow flags are fluttering out once again, and it's won the race and points having some issues, but unfortunately JJ was too far back as well. Roscoe's not. My goodness me, look at Roscoe. He is going through. We're on board with Roscoe, and as I've just seen Jan's comment there, he is loving Roscoe's helmet there. The 1950 helmet is brilliant, isn't it? Oh yeah, I gotta say, it's a cracking helmet. It's a good old tribute, isn't it, to Formula 1? They are in their 70th year now, and goodness me, brilliant 70th. And of course, the best sport in the world, in my opinion. And I gotta say, you got to have an amazing persuasion to change my opinion on that one. T. Sammy is really struggling on those hard tires now, isn't it? I'm wondering if it's the weather conditions or if it's those hard tires that have fallen off a cliff. I was expecting the he's got the most lappage on those hard tires. Both the Alfa Romeos have, haven't they? McLaren have just swapped positions there. Timmy is now into 11th position. Harry down to 12th. Matt is 7/10 of a second away from Hogg. And we've also got Roscoe going for that podium. He's on the inside of T-Sammy. And remember, we got a yellow flag there. And it's the run the racing points there. Who's coming Crawford getting it. And now then is T-Sammy there. Still got front of this road. He has to defend. He's fighting for his life out there, isn't he? T-Sammy's one. The rain feels like it's getting heavier to me, isn't it? In the final stages there of this race. But I don't think everyone's going to come in the pits now unless we have a deluge. An absolute downpour. And now Matt is on the gearbox of Hogg. He pulls out for the slipstream there of Hogg. And Matt is doing a cracking job there. I think it's a good recovery drive from Matt to get some points there after the horror show of qualifying. He passes Hogg. He is up into 9th position, and Hogg is trying to go up and under, but I think it's I think that's not going to come then. Job done. Roscoe, oh, lovely shot here from the nose cone of the Red Bulls there. We've got 5 laps to go then. Maxi going for his 3rd race win in 4 races. Steve is currently 2nd position moment. T-Sammy's 18 seconds back. And then, but T-Sammy, I think, will be more concerned about keeping his podium aspirations alive as well at this stage of proceedings, because Roscoe is really putting some pressure on it, really questioning in the credentials of T-Sammy and whether he can stay on the podium. Remember T-Sammy's credentials last season? Well, it's never questions, was they? But here in this race as well, they're really very much. He's putting the question for T-Sammy. Can he answer in the final stages of this incredible Chinese Grand Prix? Brown is all over the back of a double. I think Brown will be very disappointed at this stage of this race of how it's gone, isn't it, for car 58? And I feel Brown will be very disappointed because he was very much in the heights of the top 10, wasn't he? And it's just not come. It's just not come to fruition, has it? T-Sammy is now going to defend. Then Roscoe's going to go the inside. T-Sammy and break it on his exact mark there. He's got some speed down that back straight. T-Sammy has, hasn't he? And Roscoe, look at him! They're trying to go the accelerator. It's getting very slippery out there. This is absolutely skill. It's got pedigree written all over this race. Brilliant stuff indeed then, and absolutely fantastic as they come through to complete an outline. The laps are ticking down for Roscoe there. He has to get the job done in the next couple of laps, Roscoe, if he wants that podium on board with Brown and double the moment. Then they are quite a long way off the points. These guys are in the final stage. The safety car might change that, but I feel there. Of course, the safety car usually does come out in this race, doesn't it? As the barriers are quite close together to the circuit, but no, that's not the case. Not the case at the moment, is it? But Brown then is now he's going to have DRS on this back straight then as well. Of course, DRS is still enabled then because race control have not classed this as a wet track, is it? Albeit that rain is quite apparent now, isn't it? I feel that we're not far away from intermediate tires as well. Keep an eye on Penny's what am I saying? And out the inside goes Brown. He passes double and he moves up into 14th position as well. As Timmy is in the pits then. Yeah, we're just looking at Penny's journey at the moment, and he is currently 40 seconds away. And those are intermediate tires going on for Timmy there. There's a gamble going on there. We've also got JJ on the intermediate coming in the pits as well. I wonder if he's doing the same then. So Timmy on the intermediate tires. Penny's tires are 3 laps out now on a almost a dry track, so those intermediate tires may have lost his bite. Let's see what Timmy's tires can do then. Roscoe, this is best opportunity. He's alongside T-Sammy and he passes it, but T-Sammy breaks later. Yellow flag and free. Penny is out of the race then, and he's had a big collision, and Roscoe is almost swapped ends, and T-Sammy is still through as well. And just take a look then, it's just cut up to Penny. Oh, he's on the course as well. I'm surprised on the safety car, to be honest, but yeah, Penny out of the race there. Same place where Giovinazzi had an issue as well back in 2016. No, 17 I should say. Yeah, I think it was 17, wasn't it? And Matt then is on soft tires and yellow flag is free. What's happened? It's a McLaren off. It's a Harry's off the track then, and now we got all kinds of battling going on there. And now Harry, and now it's Roscoe and T-Sammy. They're battling. Roscoe's on the outside and T-Sammy is going through. We got yellow flags as Hoggers. I think it's Harry who's off the track then, and now Roscoe is still in fourth position, and it's Roscoe still in fourth. T-Sammy still in third then. Pit stop. Fizzy's on the inter tires. Sprint on the coming in the pits, as is Hogg as well then. I think it's still too dry for the intermediate tires, but we'll find out. Timmy's on the intermediate tires. Yes, so intermediate intermediate tyres to sprint, and for Hogg as well then. Matt is staying out on the soft tyres. Matt's gone up to 7th position there. I wonder if anyone else is going to come in for the intermediate tyres from the top 10 then. Yellow flag again. It's Ron Williams is pointing the wrong way round. I think it's JJ in the Williams there. Oh goodness me, that's an incredible end to the race, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. And it's a 5-second penalty for Harry for speed in the pit lane. So we're getting guys then, they're coming in the pits now, aren't they, for the intermediate tyres. A double and a Brown have stayed on those dry tyres at the moment. Yellow flag as I think it's one of the Williams is JJ getting out of the way. Then Roscoe is gaining. T. Sammy is thinking about defending. Remember, we first jumped that last time around, and then Williams is off in the turn on 2 or 3, and now Roscoe is through. He takes fair position. Incredible stuff indeed then. So it's very much a split bag as now there as T. Sally goes off the track then, and he's got DRS. It's a swapperoo this time around then. I think it was Brown then on those medium tyres that as he spun it double. It's just also the points down 11th position as well. Now as Roscoe has gone a bit wide then, that might entice T. Sally. Look at the back end trying to overtake the front. 27 out of 28 here tonight. Oh, fantastic stuff indeed then. Oh, and T7 line up the rears there. That's not the way, is it? And he's struggling there. Timmy then is now on the as we got a racing point of Woody who's out in trouble then. Timmy is now passed and up into 11th position as well then. He is 13 seconds away from the points then, but all the guys in front of him are on the intermediate tyre as well. Steve is now got 5 seconds between himself and Max is probably taking it very cautiously in the final stages of this race as well then. So I think the intermediate tyres might have been well, I'm not sure, they might have been the way to go, but a lot of guys have come in like Fizzy, Sprint and Hogg. I feel that I wonder if Fizzy did drop down in competition. I wonder if he might be regretting that decision now, or possibly just wanted to keep it on the island because there's a lot of drivers that are really struggling at this stage, aren't they? And I think Matt has had a adventure somewhere else, and he is but I think he's kept it very well. There was a yellow flag around then. I thought it was for the AlphaTauri. And now we're on the final lap then in the Chinese Grand Prix. Maxi, there is his time in the background. Steve, I'm wondering what would happen if Steve didn't have that 5th place grid penalty, if he would have been close to this man then. But Maxi has had this one all in control, hasn't he? It's been a brilliant drive out here today for Maxi once again then. And I got to say, this man is looking frightfully good, isn't he? He's at this stage of the championship as well. And he is taking it very cautiously, isn't he? Coming out of turn 4. Goodness me, I thought he had a problem there. He was so slow coming out there. Yellow flag at 2. We've had a Renault. We've got a Renault off. It's Hogg! Hogg is off the track there, and is he going to lose his 10th finish there? That's going to entice Timmy. There is the Renault. He is struggling there. Timmy is just empty. He's come up the inside as well. Look, Hogg cannot keep it in the straight line. Timmy is through. He's in the point. He's snatching the point from the Renault driver. Oh, Hogg there, who's been in the points for most of this race, and 90% of the race, and is not on in the final lap there. He just dropped out of the points. What a shame for Hogg there. Oh dear, that he was 2 laps away. Look at the spray cut off those tyres now then. It is definitely it's almost time for the intermediate tyres on it. This race has been here since almost lap 10, hasn't it? 18 laps there, but the dry tyres are still the way to go, aren't they? And now then it's Maxi's coming on the back straight as well then, and look at how he's not even going full power around turn 13 anymore. That is how slippery it is here in China. And look at that rain, that is quite heavily, and it's incredible skill from the top 7 to keep it on the island on the dry tyres for so long. Absolutely fantastic stuff, really is. Maxi accelerated out of turn 14 now. This has been a masterclass for the Ferrari driver. Really well done indeed then. And for the 3rd time of season 8, Maxi exits the final corner and he wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic. Really well done then. Steve coming through in a 2nd position as well. Good drive from Steve, who had a 5-place grid penalty. Sorry for 9th on the grid there. He made his way back up into 2nd position, and a brilliant drive indeed then. Roscoe is coming through in 3rd position. Roscoe had a good drive as well. DRS has finally been disabled, and that's usually the inclination that we have the wet tyres ready. T. Sammy in 4th position there, and T. Sammy salvaged some points there, but not a strong start of the season for T. Sammy, even though he has had 1 win now. And Asdol coming come through 5th position. His best drive of the season for us, though, and I've got to say that's a strong performance as well. And we got a Renault who is having problems again. It's hog, isn't it? The track is too damp, isn't it? Valentine, what a drive! What a brilliant drive on only his second race there. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Valentine. Absolutely fantastic. Matt is coming through in 7th position as well, and a good drive from Matt there, salvaging a race result indeed there. Fizzy was gaining on Matt. Fizzy's gone! Fizzy's in the wall! He's in the wall at the final turn! And he's going to lose a position. He's trying to recover. Oh, goodness me then. Is he going to get over the line in front? No, it's a sprint in front, and Fizzy's just recovering to 9th then. And Fizzy has lost 2 points. What a shame there for Fizzy. Oh, dear. And now Timmy, who robs Hog of that final point with a lap to go, is going to get the final point in the McLaren. Really well done indeed then for Timmy as well. And so he comes over the line and it gets some well earned points as well in the McLaren. And then Hog will come through in 11th position as well. But Maxi is your 3-time race winner this season. 3 race win in 4 races. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And that's Steve in 2nd, Roscoe in 3rd position. And it's all about consistency this season in season 8 of IRC, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. Gareth has just said great win against Dave from Maxi. But what a drive from Val. Drive of the day. See you next week all. Yep. I absolutely agree with that. That was brilliant stuff indeed. Matt, though, is the man with the driver of the day there, isn't it? No, I gotta say, Max is getting very used to this, isn't it? What a strong start for the Ferrari driver this season, and I gotta say, he is very much. He's gone way over the break, hasn't he? He's come back so strong, hasn't he? Here tonight, and the start of the season has been brilliant, hasn't he? All the way through the first 3 races, really good stuff indeed. Then, Steve, a great drive to finish 2nd in the end, and 3rd position was Roscoe with T. Sammy just off the podium in 4th position. Then, let's take a fun look at the classification here in China, and fastest lap goes to Timmy as well. Good stuff indeed there for Timmy, getting an extra point. Maxi, race win number 3, and from pole position to checkered flag. Steve from 9th to 2nd, great drive. Roscoe 3rd in the end. T. Sammy in 4th position. Also, great drive in 5th. And Valentine, I do agree with Gareth. Great drive today, possibly driver of the day for me. But Matt was F1's driver today. He did an equally good job in 7th position there. 8th for sprint. Fizzy in 9th, and he dropped position right at the right in there on the last corner. Timmy in 10th position, also getting fast up. Hog 11th, Harry 12th, Double 13th, Brown in 14th, JJ 15th, and Woody in 16th. Retirements was Penny, Rizzlesticks, and him Carl retired from the Chinese Grand Prix. And I got to say, that was an absolutely magnificent race here tonight. It really was, wasn't it? And yeah, really good stuff there from Maxi. He is 3 wins from 4 races now. The next race we head into is the sweatbox of the Hungarian Grand Prix. I got to say, I feel like I'm in a sweatbox right now. I'm going to have to go and rig myself off. But yes, we have a random calendar in IRC, don't we? And the next race will be in Hungary for round 5, of course. Then, and I got to say, that's a very technical, twisty circuit, isn't it? Really, going to be very difficult indeed. Then join us in a week's time. Thursday, 8 o'clock for the Hungarian Grand Prix, round 5 of IRC Season 8.